Give it a second to make sure we are live.
Student stretches.
Should be fine. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is We Kill Monsters, the weekly D&D show where some friends try to survive second lockdown together by playing Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are learning. I'm a first-time dungeon master, basically, and some of us are first-time players. Some of us are far more experienced. I think, Bill, you said you were playing first edition. Did I just out you? Sorry.
just out him as the opposite person here.
I don't know much difference in experience, actually. Zach's campaign is the first 5th edition I played. So.
Okay. We'll go around for anybody who's tuning in for the first time and introduce the characters that have already been introduced. If you want to start, Min.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am Min, also known as Akeem of Zamunda, and I am a half-elf sorcerer with draconian lineage.
All right, Mary.
Sure. I'll go next. I am Miri. I play Zuxa Bay, and she is a tiefling warlock.
Romeo.
Hi, I am Romeo, if it's easiest to anyone who may be struggling with Romeo, and I am in the am playing Caliban, Tiefling Paladin of Zariel lineage and former member of the Waterdeep City Watch.
Hey guys, I'm Ben, and I play Rova, the Goliath Moon Druid.
Who is from
I like the open air.
Yes! Yes!
I like open air. I like open air and open beer.
Excellent. All right, well, without further ado, we're going to get stuck in and start playing, because tonight, as with every night, we kill monsters. That's the new tagline. Do you like it?
Dun, dun, dun.
So, last we left you guys, you had tracked an awakened white moose, albino moose, to an Elven Tomb. And you had dispatched it rather quickly, but had then been unable to further explore the tomb as there was a bit of a puzzle involved and some spells required which were not prepared. So you went back to the local town of Lonelywood to speak to the townspeaker and report back. And what we left you with was you were still at the townspeaker house trying to decide what to do next.
And we've had a long rest, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now. Okay.
Before we long rest again, so I might just explain this for once actually. So there's a druid spell called Good Berry, and basically I make a bunch of berries and they last 24 hours, and each one can heal you 1 hit point and it feeds you for the day. But because they last 24 hours, if I cast them just before we long rest and burn through a bunch of spell slots, then basically I have some berries to eat for the next 24 hours. Because we're going to long rest, I'm going to get back my spell slots. Just to explain when I say that.
Okay.
So
people watching at home. So I'm doing that before we long rest.
okay.
Totally.
What would you guys like to do? It's morning, and you're back in the townspeaker house eating breakfast.
I say we go back to the tomb. There's obviously something there, and if they've never heard of it even being there in the first place, there's bound to be something of interest to be discovered there.
Agreed.
We still haven't explored the other two areas, so there's more work to be done.
I'm saying let's finish turning over one stone before we move on to the next, though.
Fair point.
I am also in agreement. We should go to the tomb and we should try to unlock it. I've had time to mull over the translations of what was written there, and I have some ideas.
Okay.
I have prepared better spells today.
Okay, so you...
Oh, that's right. Let me just prepare different spells. Sorry, ignore me.
Wait!
D&D etiquette. Be prepared.
Yeah.
So you guys get ready. You put on your snowshoes. Bundle up your packs and put on your cold weather sort of clothing, and head off back into the forest. Same as usual, with Rover leading the exploration. Cool.
Yeah.
So once again, it is early morning, and there's a little bit of dim light, which happens between, say, 8 a.m. in the morning till midday, until it goes dark again. Yeah, as the twilight of this kind of perpetual night happens. So let me put it back to tracking. I would change the music. It should change for everybody.
Oh, I don't have the thing turned on, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, hang on.
You should hear different sound effects with a Sirenscape online player. By the way, if anyone from Sirenscape is watching, we'd love to be sponsored. We use your tool, and it's amazing.
I don't know if that's how that works.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
You don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah. So you start heading off into the forest, and you remember the direction you'd gone in the previous time, Rover. But roll a survival check for me.
All of us, or just?
Definitely Rover should do that.
Yeah. That'll be a 17.
Okay. So you're very confident you know exactly the direction the tomb was. And you guys march and you walk through the snow, for hours. And you realize that you should have gotten there. It should be here by now, but you're too far north now. You can't seem to find it. And you double back, going back to the direction you think it should be in. Roll another survival check.
Natural 20 being 25.
Excellent.
I was like,
So now you're paying attention to all the cues, like the trees, the way that, like, the direction of the stars that you can kind of see in the sky, even though it's daytime because of this night thing, and you're sure you're in the same. You're going to the same place you were the day before, and you can't find the tomb. You keep going past it.
This is the spot, isn't it?
This is... I don't get lost easily.
Wait, what time of day was it yesterday when we came across the tomb the first time?
it was night, no?
I mean,
it was
it's
late
always
afternoon.
Wasn't it night? Wasn't it sort of getting towards like the later half of the day?
Yeah, I don't think it was night yet, because
No, you're
I
right.
think it was getting darker,
That's right, because we couldn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and then we
Zuxa.
decided to go.
Zuxa, Hakim, I've heard every now and then in sometimes stories of veils between worlds or between planes being thinner at certain times of day or corresponding with certain parts of the calendar, old stories. You're more experts than I am on the Arcanum. Can you confirm if any of that might be the case here?
It is true that at times of cold and lower on in the day, that spirits can affect our world.
As you're talking about this, you, Rover, spot an Arctic fox patiently stalking a snowshoe hare. Do you do anything?
I can't speak with animals.
All right. Do you speak to the fox or to the hare?
I kind of to both of them, just like, hey guys, how you doing? Neither of you would have managed to have seen like...
The hare
like
just
a-
responds, little busy.
So
things like...
as you say this, both the fox and the hare turn around. The hare realizes the fox was stalking it and see you guys and just bolts out of the way. And the fox just turns around and looks at you like, that was my lunch, buddy.
I'm sorry. Tell you what. Have you seen Gled with pictures of moon?
Yes. Why?
If you can take us to there, I give you lunch.
Ooh.
And I get out some hardtack and like some meaty bits,
Okay.
you know.
It just comes up to you and starts going, like eating it out of your
No,
hand.
no. I take it away. I'm like, Esther, take us there, then lunch.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage with your proficiency bonus.
Sorry, I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Excellent. So the fox starts leading you, and it leads you past a place that you'd already walked past maybe 3 or 4 times. But as you're following the fox instead, you somehow keep going past a point that you kept turning back from, and suddenly you see the opening where the tomb was, and the trees that are familiar, and you see them. Yes?
Can I don't know if this is possible, feel free to say no, but can I, like, insight check myself to see if something is making me forget, like, the precise location, and that I had to be reminded? Like, if I'm under the effect of some sort of memory alteration? Because if we walk past here, like, definitely. Like, even this place from what you said, is we had overlooked this multiple times. Can I, like, insight check myself to feel like if there's gaps in like, the past day? Oh wow, I think. Oh, okay, that's not terrible. 14.
As far as you know, all the hours of the day are accounted for, and like there's no missed time. The level of twilight in the sky and where the stars are seems to be match how much time you spent walking. So that's not the case.
I'm gonna take a small hunting knife from someone if someone has like a dagger. I'm just gonna make a very, very tiny notch on my hand, just a tiny cut, like just a pinprick on the palm here, and I'm gonna do one every hour.
Okay.
Just start making.
How are you measuring hours, though?
How does anybody have it?
Sorry?
I don't. Does anyone have a dagger? I don't.
I do. Most of us should have one. It should be in somewhere in your sewing equipment.
I've got a dagger. Yeah.
I got a crossbow.
I'll borrow it and just. I mean, I can roughly calculate what an hour is, right? I can roughly calculate.
Roughly.
Very carefully.
Sure. Okay.
As I hand him my dagger, and then I say, "I want that back."
You just see me do this, like just tiny notch, and I hand it back to you immediately.
Wow.
You're just like,
look at it again.
Like, there you go.
Yeah. That was weird.
Just,
So the fox leads you back to the circle. And as you enter the circle from the south side, I'm going to reread the description of the tomb because I don't think you guys kind of understood. I mean, you have a picture of it, but I'm going to reread the description. So in this case, the fox leads you to a large circular indentation in a snowy hillside. Rising from the middle of this circle is a triangular gnomon of beautifully carved crystal that stands 20 feet tall. A 10-foot-high berm hugging the circle's eastern edge has evergreens growing around and atop it, sheltering what looks like a sarcophagus buried under snow, and enclosed by half-circle of pale blue crystal pillars. North of the berm is a delicately carved gazebo made of marble, and south of the berm is a row of outward-facing white marble statues atop granite pillars. As you enter from the south of the opening, from the very north of the opening, you see another figure enter the same circle, and I'll let Bill describe what you guys see.
So you kind of can't tell what you're looking at first. It's this low, wide shape, completely swathed in furs.
Swathed, but yes.
Swathed, covered. And as he gets a little bit closer, he flips. You realize part of the reason you couldn't tell, he flips back this wolf's head hood, and you see that it's a dwarf, but he's got this huge head of unkempt, matted red hair kind of tied back. He's got a big bushy beard, not ornamental, like hacked off. Yeah. And he's got this big blue stripe of a tattoo across his face, like war paint that's been tattooed on almost. And you see lots of other weird things, like there's a strange kind of ornament dangling from his ear. He's got a nose ring. He's got a staff with a weird jawbone attached to the top. You can see the haft of a big weapon coming up over his shoulder. And he looks at you with this really intense, but not really threatening eyes. And he says, "Have you folks seen anything strange out here?"
Hello for you too. I am Rofa.
Well, we did get, pun the pun, bull rushed by a angry feral moose. Just down.
How far from
Not
here?
to mention a couple of days ago.
We've had strange incursions in the villages of animals not normally working together, attacking the watch, stealing children. I was tracking a reindeer, but I've lost him somehow in the snow, and I don't understand how that's possible.
A reindeer or a moose? Because I may have some good news for you.
I'm not sure.
Well, if it's the same creature, I opened it up like a can of sardines, so you can rest easy in that respect.
Did it?
With some help from us, just as a reminder.
Just a little bit.
Did it seem normal? Did you notice anything strange about it?
Well,
I feel like I have to say no because we didn't give it an opportunity.
However, we have met other creatures that have been awakened by weird druid lady.
I step in a little closer to say, but this creature that we just described was a lot more
Pissed off?
aggressive than the first one that we met.
Correct.
And what are you doing out here? And what is this place? I've trekked through here for weeks and not seen this before.
Well, that's exactly the reason we're here. We're trying to figure out how a place like this just shows up.
As they're kind of doing that, I kind of turn to the fox, who I'm guessing is now waiting very expectantly, being like...
It was kind of nipping at your fingers, trying to...
Yeah. I toss him like a fish out more. I'm like, thank you very much, much appreciated.
Thank you.
My name is Durbik, and if you'll accept my company, I think we might have some common cause here.
Durbik, are you at all familiar with the dwarves of DM? The dwarves we helped out. What was their clan again? Sorry.
The biggest clan is the Battlehammer clan. So they're the shield dwarves of the valley of.
And the dwarves we helped out belong to the Battlehammer clan.
I mean, individually, each one might have been a separate sub-clan, but yes, the Battlehammer clan is their kind of overall ruling clan of the area.
We did some work for some of your brethren, the Battlehammers, not too long ago.
Those whole people, yes. Yes, I have been separated from Dwarven society for quite a while. But I know the clans of which you speak.
Can you fight?
Well, you'll have to see, won't you?
I turn to the others and I say, well, I'm completely satisfied. Anyone else have any objections?
I got no beef.
And I'm just doing a thumbs up as I'm kind of going into a meditative trance. And he's holding his thing because I'm going to ritual do some detect magic because I'm just like, yep.
Well, you've convinced me.
Yeah. I wave as if like it makes no difference to me. That's fine.
Is that a prop you have there? Wow.
Yeah,
Are we doing
my
props?
staff.
Hang on.
Good.
This is the staff because I feel like I need it
Game.
if there's any more spell casting.
Oh my god, I want a diadem. I want a glowing diadem.
By like the
Romeo
7th
fetched
or
his
8th
sword.
game.
Oh no! I want it.
Wow.
Up on the game.
I should have chosen a familiar. I could have had Ned in here.
Yeah.
Just have Ned sitting on my shoulder, like.
What pact, if I'm allowed to know, what pact are you marrying?
Oh,
Your microphone, Romeo.
Sorry, if I'm allowed to know, what pact are you marrying?
what pact? Tome.
Cool.
Tome. I've got some
Okay,
specialists.
So, Rover, you're casting Detect Magic?
As a ritual, yes.
Cool. Where are you standing when you do that? So you were in the middle
I
of the
imagine
circle.
we're in the circle, yeah.
Okay. So...
30 feet radius.
30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 25, 6. So what you notice is that you get a few pings right away. You notice that the statues lining the outside of the circle on both one side, and there's another one on the top north side, if you have a look at the map, are glowing with... 1 second. With an aura of abjuration magic. You also notice that so I'm just double checking all the things. Yeah, you also notice that there's a general magical aura in the circle and in the moon dial. And you also notice from where you're standing, you would be able to notice that there's a magical aura with the crystal pillars and the sarcophagus.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
for the 30-foot, with a 30-foot radius, that's kind of what you see at the moment.
Can I approach the sarcophagus?
You'd have to go.
I would relay
Yeah.
all of this to the party. Just, I was also going to say, abjuration magic. Would I know what that is?
I mean, if you used detect magic before, you would know the kind of magics it might be. You know, like you might not know exactly, like an academic wizard, but you'd know the types of things that would cause that.
Yeah. Easy.
So you want to approach the sarcophagus, Caliban?
Yes, please.
Does anyone follow?
I follow.
I follow.
Follow.
As you walk round to the north side of the tomb, you notice a ramp of stairs leading up the berm to the sarcophagus. And atop the eastern berm, you notice it's a granite sarcophagus resting in a half circle defined by 5 crystal pillars. And yeah, so that's how you see so far.
You said it's covered in snow, right?
Yeah.
Can I try to brush the snow off, see if I see any symbols, anything like that?
Yep, so as you brush the snow over the top of the lid, you see an engraving of a brazier. And from that position, you also notice that each of the pillar has a carving on top of them. And from north to south, the images are a twig, a pine cone.
Wait. Wait. Can I kind of write? Wait.
Yep.
Twig, pine cone,
A flame,
flame,
a feather,
feather.
and a humanoid hand.
And these are on the little pillars around the sarcophagus?
Yeah.
From this viewpoint.
Bill, did I send you the picture of the tomb, Bill?
I think I saw it on the stream last week when I dropped in, yeah.
I'll repost it in the group chat, I think.
All right.
See, I look to Caliban and Zuxa and say, Half Moon, unlock the tombs of the Half Moon.
Okay. Can. Oh, I guess we can't.
Because we know this already, right?
You said there's...
From this point,
Sorry.
from this viewpoint, can I see how many statues there are and how many are there?
Yes, on the south side there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's another statue on the top of the berm, right on the northern edge.
So there are 7 altogether, but there's one there's one at the top of the berm.
Yes,
Is that right?
But also there's 3 inside the tomb that you would have noticed when you went inside it, and that Thea didn't notice when she made the model, so they're not there on the model.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can
so
see them.
10 statues.
And they're all facing towards the circle.
Oh, so that on the left is underground.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right.
I will show you.
Because there's the
On the-
steps that lead up to the tomb.
So imagine that the edge here is a mountain wall going upwards. Okay? So it's open for you guys to be able to step through the gap, but it should be like rock wall aside from where the gap
All
is.
the way. Okay.
So does the sarcophagus have any carving on it at all? Is it one of those that has the person resting carved statuary on the top?
The only carving on top of it is of a brazier.
Can I roll a check to see if I would know what that might mean? Because
Roll-
it's not typical.
Sure. Roll an Arcana check.
In the meantime, I'm going to check out the gazebo
Okay, didn't go so well.
while I got the tech magic running.
All right, 9.
9. Okay. Well, you're sure that it's something to do with the magic associated with it, but you're not like there's something that you're not quite clear on. Sorry, Min.
I was just gonna say, like, I'd like to do an investigation check to see if there's like anything to do with fire that can unlock something on the sarcophagus.
Roll an investigation check for me.
All right. I've got 18.
18.
Yeah.
You think that that fire is definitely the way to open this, but you're not sure exactly what is going on here. But you've realized that the fact that there's a brazier on here is definitely something to do with fire. But there's going to be a bit more reveal. So as Rover goes to the gazebo, this is what he sees. In the middle of the gazebo sits an unlit stone brazier. Its bowl is 20 inches in diameter. The brazier is full of snow and pine needles that the winds have swept away from the gazebo's polished marble floor. And you get detect magic is still going?
Yeah, the last 10 minutes.
There's a magical aura here.
Do I see this brazier as well?
Were you following?
I would point it
follow,
out. I'd be
yes.
like, hey, brazier, magical.
Can I see the pillars from here? Like,
Yes, they're within view. So
and one more time: twig, pine cone, a flame, a hand,
Feather and a hand.
and a feather.
and a feather.
Feather.
I turn to the others and I say, these sound like ingredients for a spell, or I don't know whatever the right language is, but it sounds like the components of a spell. This might be what we need to unlock. It may be what we need to unlock this tomb. This is just an idea, but
I point as to the brazier and I say, springboarding off of that, Zuxa. I'd wager those ingredients will go in there. Pointing at the brazier.
or
Yep.
down
Which
there
motion.
Akeem?
to where Rover is.
Sorry, guys.
Are they pines or deciduous trees or what? Are these pines? The trees?
Yeah,
on the-
they're pines. So Akeem, you were about to say something?
I was just gonna say, I look around and say, well, I can provide flame.
You can have my flame.
You have my
My
flame.
feather.
Who's going to lose a hand?
My wing.
The trickier ones are going to be the feather and the hand.
Wait.
Rover, could you turn into something quick? Go back to town and speak to the local mortician.
It's a few hours, man. Like it's,
Can I
There's no go.
can I touch the sarcophagus? I'm just running my hands over it. Can I understand what it's made of? Can I
Granite.
appreciate what it's made of?
yeah,
Granite.
it's a granite sarcophagus.
Does anybody have? Oh wait, no. Who's standing next to me? It's just Akeem, right? Everyone else is.
Everyone else has moved on.
It's up
Everyone
to
else
you
has
guys.
gone
You have to
to
tell me if
Dubai.
you'd followed to the gazebo or you'd come back where.
Oh no, because
I would have gone to the gazebo.
I actually want to see what this statue is up here eventually when we get to a break. So I'm there with the sarcophagus with you. Can we see a seam? I mean, is there obviously like a slab on top and
Yeah, it's like a typical sort of ancient Egyptian or Roman type sarcophagus. It's like two pieces of stone with a lid.
are we able to push?
Are we able to move it?
You can try. How are you doing
I'd like
this?
to try. Well, I look at Zuxa and Drubik.
Durbik.
Durbik, and say, what do you think if we try and push the top of this to see what's underneath? How are you feeling?
do we have cause for violating this tomb?
Yes, we don't know.
No.
It's a good question, but
Yes. Very good. But
I want to know.
I mean, is there some mystery that's led you here that we think the answer might be inside, or are we just random grave rock?
Also, don't know if relevant, but can make moonlight now.
Yeah.
Can make moonlight.
It's good to know.
I guess I just explained to Durbik that we are. I guess we are trying to discover why there was this possessed moose in this tomb, and I guess we didn't think it would harm. But now that he's mentioned that it could well be a violation, I sort of move back from the sarcophagus and remember myself for a moment and go, right, got it. No touchies.
See, I really want to do it, but I'm now starting to doubt myself too.
If this is the source of the curse that's affecting these animals, then we need to get in and see what's going on. Can we tell if there's anything magic or good or evil, or is this just a normal conventional tomb?
Well, Rover would have told you, I think, that he noticed a magical aura around the tomb and around the pillars.
So there's something here.
Let's
But we
try and
don't.
respectfully open it then.
Maybe
Okay.
we move on to the statue.
If you want to try and open it, Durbik is really strong, so he can roll, with your guys' help, a strength check with advantage, or you can all roll individually and do it as a group check.
Well, since he's got all the muscles,
True.
I mean, how am I helping him out?
So, because just to explain, Min, because you're helping him, he gets to roll 2 dice and pick the highest.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
If that works for Drubik.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. My strength bonus is that, so that is a 22.
You push,
Yes, Drubik.
and it doesn't budge at all. You're surprised. You feel like you've moved things of this size before with this amount of effort. It's not moving.
Something's amiss.
Sealed then.
So what is there anything different about the statue that's up here on the berm of the other statues around the tomb?
It looks the same, and just like all the ones on the outside, the faces have been blasted away by the wind, but you can tell from the ears that it was an elf statue. It's wearing long robes.
Okay.
The ones
Can you
inside the tomb,
see
by the way.
whether-
Sorry, go on.
I was just wondering if you could see whether they had ever been painted, or whether, I mean, I imagine the faces are blasted off, but were they ever decorated? Were they just stone?
It's hard to know for sure if they ever had paint on them. Right now, they look like white marble.
Are there any buttons or panels or anything like that on those little pillars around the sarcophagus? Maybe it's
Combination.
I also would like to know a bit, because I noticed this the last time we were here, if the statues look like they are glowing from within with the same luminescence that the dial
Sure.
was glowing with.
So as Durbik is inspecting the pillars, and they're just completely smooth crystal pillars, aside from the engraving on the top of the various things that we talked about. The statues are just marble. They're not crystal. They don't seem to be glowing in any special way.
So I slowly start making my way to where the brazier is and start to just circle around it, looking at it very, very cautiously.
Okay.
So are there pine cones on these trees?
Yep.
Gray?
Yep. You'll be able to get pinecone.
Pinecone twig would be easy. What's the chance in? I know at least one thing that Durbik has that would have a feather on it, but I don't think you'd want to tear it off of that. But what's the chance that there's just a feather or something else that is in either that we have for a spell component or that he might have on his?
Ooh, I have a quill. I've just remembered I have a quill, so I could give you. I could donate this quill.
I mean, I do have a javelin. Are there any birds?
A javelin to hunt.
Do I see any birds?
Roll a perception check.
And while they're doing this, I kind of like look at the group and be like,
The quill.
losing a hand.
I look around and go,
Fuck.
have
5.
any on?
You don't see any birds at the moment.
Wait a minute. Rover, can you turn into a very feathery bird?
I actually can't.
Can it be a flightless bird? Can he turn into a chicken? DM, can he turn into a chicken?
I mean,
Rover just looks at you and goes, no.
you have a quill. The quill is fine. All right, the quill will work.
So let's clear out the stuff that's in the brazier.
Oh, yeah.
A twig is obviously easy to find. A pine cone is easy to find. A feather is easy to find. Flame is what we think we're going to apply. What do we think the hand means, though?
I just question whether.
At the risk
does
of
anybody
being
have a
grim,
mage hand? Does everyone have the mage hand cantrip?
My spell is Burning Hands, so that can work. Because it may not necessarily have to be, a severed hand. So
Unfortunately, Akeem, I've seen some occult shit in my time as a member of the Waterdeep City Watch, and that kind of shit tends to be pretty literal, in my experience at least. Now, I'm fully willing to eat my words if I'm wrong, but...
well, one way to find out.
And I whispered, I can make him eat it. Make him eat them.
I do a little giggle.
Okay.
What are the odds we're gonna run into a bandit or something out here?
Well, we've caught ourselves a dwarf. It's very possible that we could catch other friends. As well.
I look at Caliban and go, with our luck,
goes,
I'd count
you never say this in
Very
Icewind
likely.
Dale. Never
I
say that in
also-
Icewind Dale.
Okay.
All right.
At what time of the day is it by now once we've assembled these things? I'm beginning to wonder whether we need to wait for a certain time before we can try this.
It's beginning to be night, and
Okay.
Also known as noon.
Yeah, it's basically midday, and so the little bit of light, it's almost completely gone. But
I sort of say,
for Rover's help, because Rover doesn't have dark vision. Min, last time you cast a light spell.
I was about to do that. Dancing lights.
I actually gave you that spell because you didn't have it, so you
Thank
can.
you.
Yeah.
I cast Dancing Lights after I look around and realize that we're losing the light and know that we still got a lot to do. I cast Dancing Lights.
So you see 4 globules of light boop, 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 appear and sort of dance around the circle, lighting it up for you guys.
Was there anything interesting in the underground room that it looks like you explored part of? And were those doors just locked, or what stopped you there?
oh, good question.
Door is magically locked.
Magically locked. Are they made of wood?
No,
No,
it's
stone.
There were stone smooth doors, so it's almost like a rock face that's completely flat that they couldn't get past, and they had no keyhole or anything and wouldn't budge.
And again, just for the sake of brevity, we also found a mirror down the little alleyway that you didn't see us go down.
You couldn't take it off.
But we couldn't take it. We tried to move it, but we couldn't. And
At the dead end there?
that's all we know. Because I did not have to take magic prepared yesterday.
Remember the things I told you about the writings.
Yes.
Gaze
Lemura.
upon your face and have 7 questions answered. Have 7 questions answered. Gaze upon your face and have
Lemura.
7 questions
Sorry guys,
answered. Yeah.
this is obviously moon dial. Do you want me to make moonlight on it and see what happens?
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Do you want to go in, watch the door, watch mirror? I will wait, and we'll see what happens.
Okay? So you do that?
Is everyone okay with that?
You do what you need to do, my friend.
So you guys descend down back into the tomb via the hole, the gap that's been cracked into the wall. And where do you want to go? To any one of the doors in particular? Or just kind of standing there in the middle?
Wait, have we gone inside?
That's
Yeah,
what
we're
Ben
in the
suggested,
dark
and you
tomb.
said yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, sorry.
Because we're in the little tombey area, right behind the big wall.
And the underground
the gap.
statues look just like the above ground statues. Only less worn, I would
Except you can see their faces, and they're clearly elves.
I ask the others, does anybody have any way to open these magically locked doors?
But
say. Made of wood.
Rover is trying.
That is what I'm trying to do. It says
How?
half moons unlocked.
I thought you had to do it out. I thought we had this discussion last time, and
No, so
I
I'm
thought that it was
outside.
happening outside.
yeah, so he's staying
I'm
outside,
outside.
and he's
Right.
gonna cast Moonbeam on top of the pole.
Right, but that means I can't get down into that area without him, so I stay outside
Yes,
as
you
well.
can.
Does he do it?
Yes, you
No, I
can.
can't.
Yeah.
They're all going down.
Because
They can
if
roll
he,
a rope.
You can climb down.
So
I can climb down.
It's 10 foot. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I thought it was just a drop.
let's put some of us by each of these doors because we don't know what the effect of the moonbeam will be. It might open one, it might open the other one. It might drown us all in molten cold. I have no idea, but put one of us near each of the doors and be ready to like shoulder it open or hold it open or whatever. Should it open with the moonbeam? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I
Sorry,
recommend-
guys. Just before we do this, does anybody know what we want to ask this mirror? Like, do we want to ask? Does anybody know what they want to ask? If
Have
they
7
get the chance
questions
to.
answered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we trying to trigger the mirror or trying to open the doors?
I was going to start with
I'm not sure, but I feel like they're
7
connected.
questions asked
And I-
just to see what happened, and then to the doors.
Wait,
Okay.
so
One of
the
the
answer is no. Okay, I'm gonna start thinking about some
I'm gonna
questions.
say let's see what happens because so far we've just been dealing with whatever.
all right. So you guys.
I don't know. Like I'm telling you. Like I'm sorry. I have to stress this point. So we're
I'm already
waking
doing
up a half elf god, and we don't know what we're about to ask it.
I have a couple questions, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
I'm already casting it, so
All right.
get what you're going to
Oh
be.
shit!
So
Yeah, come on.
Rover channels the power of nature, and a single beam of moonlight shines down onto the moon dial. And as it hits the crystal, the light gets redirected and shines. At this point, it shines onto the 3/4 sort of moon on the dial.
Oh,
Do you move it
sorry, no, I was going to shine it directly on the full moon. Where
directly on the
7
symbol?
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, that could also work. So you shine on the full moon symbol. Okay. And you guys are in the tomb?
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you do that, what you see is from the corridor where the mirror is,
The one in the middle.
yeah,
The one in front of us, then.
Yes.
The one directly in front of us, right?
light starts to shine out of that corridor. Do you go further in?
No.
What's happening?
No.
Am I moving or keeping?
Stay there for a minute. I go down that corridor.
I cast Armor of Agathis on myself. I'm getting some serious worry. It's starting to kick in, especially since
I
we're in a
follow-
cave and suddenly this light's come out of
Shit's about to
the
get real.
mirror.
I follow Caliban, but
So
slowly. I'm like a few steps
Okay.
behind you just because I want to see what's going down.
You reach the mirror and it seems to be shimmering with moonlight.
Okay. Do you guys tell? Can you guys? I don't know. Can
You know what?
Do I
Let's just see if this
recognize
works. And I call out, "Who's responsible for the icicle murders?"
are you in front of it now, or are you just?
He
I thought
is.
I was.
Yes, he is.
Caliban is, yeah. I'm behind Caliban.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Cool.
Do I recognize the type of magic that's making it shimmer?
Roll an Arcana check.
My luck. 9.
You think it might be divination, but you're not sure. It just seems like it would be something like that.
I'm yelling from the back behind them. What do you see? What do you see? What's the mirror doing?
I suggest we try another phase of the moon. Let's try the new moon.
Yeah, what's happening?
I communicate this telepathically to Rover just to let him know that we're seeing light, but we're not seeing much more than that. To try another phase.
Is it what can you tell about it?
Your
I have to shout. I can't. I don't think. I
Yeah.
mean,
it doesn't work both
You're nowhere
ways.
near us, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a two-way thing.
this is the problem when the person with detect magic is also stuck outside.
Okay, I think one of us needs to yell, nothing! Totally
There's a
nothing!
shimmer of light.
Remember,
There's loads of light!
you don't have to be next to your moonbeam. You can't go in and do detect magic.
Yeah, I mean no, because they're both concentration.
Ah, okay, never mind.
Try the new moon.
Sure, I just take it off and put it on the new moon then. That didn't have any text on it though.
No. Nothing happens on the new moon that you can see or notice.
Okay.
So we've tried at this point the new moon and the full moon.
Yeah.
But we haven't done the half moon.
No, that was
Right.
where I was
Because-
going to take it next.
What is it?
Okay, I was yeah.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
I just yell out, okay. 5 seconds till doors open. 4, 3, 2, 1, and move it on there.
You move it onto the half moon one of the two half moon symbols, and you hear this.
Does it matter? Yeah, the one, like if full moon is at 12 at 3,
Okay.
if it matters.
You hear the people inside the tomb hear two distinct gloom from both of the corridors where they had doors that you couldn't open, as
I'm
well
running.
as the door that was on the outside of the circle to get into the same place that you're in.
I'm running
Shit's
to
about to
where I
get
hear the
real.
sound coming from. Do I
Which
see it?
which one? There's
There's 3.
yeah.
The first one you
Can I
said.
st-
There's okay.
The north?
Look at the map. Actually, let me just switch it for you.
Wait,
Yeah, so there's
we're not here though.
2
We're,
that's open, right?
All right.
You look at the eye picture, the graph in the chat.
There's
Yeah.
two tombs, right? And there's also the door to get in. Which are you going to?
The closest tomb, the one where that's nearest to the mirror corridor.
Southern one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The big one or the little one? Because for
the
me,
little one.
okay,
little
because
one.
for me it's flipped. All right. So you go to that one, and the door is ajar, and it looks like you could push it open.
I do.
I'll push it.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll let the dwarf.
I go to the north one.
Okay, 1 second. Making sure I'm looking at the right one. Okay. You push it open and boom. You enter a circular chamber which has an intricately carved domed ceiling 20 foot high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus.
Can I just quickly do divine sense?
Sure, but you don't notice anything.
Cool. No problem.
Does it look like the sarcophagus on top of the berm, or is it significantly different?
It's similar, but it doesn't have any engravings, like, other than kind of maybe just decorative.
Just in case it changes your answer, Divine Sense also detects anything affected by the Hallow spell.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Is there anything else in this room? Any other?
I will have moved inside by now. I'll have just left the moonbeam running outside.
Any other passages, niches, anything else in here? It's just a smooth round room.
It's a smooth round room.
I'm still in front of, like, I'm still within sight of the mirror. Has the mirror changed?
It's the light has gone off. When Rover moved the moonbeam over the half moon, the mirror stopped shimmering.
Okay.
So let's see what's behind the north door.
Okay, so you guys are leaving the little tomb and you're going up to the big one, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm already there, and are the doors completely open, or does it still need to be?
It needs to be pushed open. It's cracked, like it's opened ajar, and you can push it open.
So I use all my strength to try and push it open.
It opens
realizing that
easily. It's almost like it's on
okay.
rails. It just opens up.
I'm surprised at my strength.
Random question for the DM. How long do we think's passed since I first... How many rounds did we say, just for the sake of...
Rounds.
Yeah.
Let's say it's been 2 minutes.
Moonbeam only lasts a minute.
Oh. Okay, let's say a minute for ease, simplicity. But that's okay. Once opened, that doesn't matter. Like the doors are open now. Okay.
Okay. So that's dropped.
So as you push this one open, and you can see this circular chamber has an intricately carved dome, ceiling 20 feet high. On this one as well,
the same.
Yeah, a beam light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. But someone has turned this room into living quarters, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs and an unfurled bedroll behind the sarcophagus. Now, tell me right away. So there was Akeem and Durbek had entered the room. Anyone else?
I would have gone with them.
No, I wasn't with them when they opened.
I would be near the back of the pack.
Okay. So as you're looking inside this tomb, you suddenly hear what you think is a voice finishing an incantation, and you see out of the swirling mists appear 2 polar bears, and a figure clothed in furs jumps on top of the sarcophagus wielding a sickle made of icicle. She has red hair, pale blue skin, and blue lips that look stained by berries, like eating berries. And she shouts, I missed the shouting bit. What is it? 10 towns will be destroyed, if not by my hand, then by the Frost Maidens. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Do I have time?
Did you say?
Do I have time to draw my sword and just say to her, "Ram it up your shitter with a lubricated horse cock"?
You said you weren't in there.
I said I would have followed them.
Oh, sorry.
I did say
Sorry.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna put you guys there. So give me a bear with me a second. Roll for initiative and try to figure out
I'm
what
not
you're
actually
gonna
in there. I'm not actually in there.
I know, but you're
Okay.
just outside. You would have heard the shout.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
you're
good, that's
being
good, that's good.
Just saying, yo.
I landed my ass right in
the
the
room,
middle of
we
the
have-
sorcerers.
The barbarian, the sorcerer, and the paladin.
Yep.
With the sorcerer at the front because he pushed the door open.
Right.
Dumbass.
And then it's me and Zaxa bringing up the rear, kind of in the hallway, maybe in the main chamber.
Shit's about to go
The
down.
initiative. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, 13. Okay.
Just wait till Dre's done. Because he's busy. I got an 18. But
I got an 18 too.
what's your dex mod?
A 16 plus 2.
16. My dex is 15, so you will go first.
Wait.
You go ahead of me anyway.
Okay.
Why,
That's how it works in a time.
why are you guys adding dexterity?
Because that's
Because
what
you
you
do
do for
for
initiative.
initiative.
Oh,
The
I was
initiative
adding
box on
initiative.
top.
No,
Yeah, the
it-
initiative
so-
box.
It's
I
the
was
same.
adding initiative.
It's the
The
Initiative.
initiative mod is
It's
your
the same. It's the
dexterity
same.
mod.
You did right,
It's the
Mary.
same. You did it right. It's one and the same.
Oh, okay.
All right. What did you guys get?
18.
Wow. Which
18.
one? Gravis got 18.
Sorry,
so
what-
Caliban
sorry.
got 2 more.
Guys, because it's
Dex.
video chat, one at a time. Mary got. What did Mary get?
13.
13. What did Rover get?
3 of us got 18. So, yeah, I got 18. I was one of them.
Durbik was 18 as well?
No, 7.
Oh, 7. Okay, so 18 was Akeem, Caliban, and Rover. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys see there? And I'll switch the other one as well so you can see from the top. So Rover and Zaxa are in the main chamber. Okay, so probably about 30, 40 feet away. And you guys are in the chamber. It is Ravisin's turn, but she's just cast Conjure Animals, and I think that might be all she does for now. Yep, she moves back down here, out of the way.
Can I ask Rover telepathically if we know these guys? Because we've met polar bears. I just wondered if they're the same.
These are
Same
magic polar
polar bear.
bears. She conjured them from the Feywild. All right. It is now Akeem's turn. Now, Akeem, you have a very powerful spell that you haven't used before, Burning Hands.
Yep.
I might suggest that one.
Thank you. I'm actually gonna go with Chomper. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, up to you. Up to you.
No. This is a battle, and she's ready. Actually, or I could try and see if I can talk her down. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Burning Hands. Take the advice of the DM. To try and strike down the sorceress.
Okay. Do you want to cast it at first level or second level?
I'll try at second level.
Cool. Now, it's a 15-foot cone, so you can hit, depending where you stand, you can probably hit the polar bear and her. Yeah, you can
Not
hit
all three.
You can hit not all three. That okay?
That works for me.
Okay, so you guys see.
All right. Whoa.
You guys see Hakeem sort of swirl his hands and begin to say an incantation, and he glows with that same fire that you guys saw before. But this time, as he pushes forward both his hands, like a stream of flame, like a flamethrower, erupts and just engulfs one of the polar bears and the druid. Okay, so I need you to roll for damage, which is 4d6. There's a little thing next to the second level thing there.
Yep. And 14.
14?
Yeah.
14 damage.
I've got 5, 2, 6, 1.
Okay, and it's a dexterity saving throw, so first it's Ravisin's chance to try and get out of it. 11. What is your spell save DC?
What?
Next to your spells, at the top, it says modifier spell attack save DC.
Oh, yeah, 13.
Okay, so she fails and takes full damage from the fire.
Take that!
14 damage, and one of the bears will also fail and take 14 damage. All right, and she has to try and maintain concentration on her spell, which is a Constitution saving throw of
7.
Yeah,
Half the damage you took,
I
think.
but it's but whichever, or 10, whichever is highest. So 1, she fails. Fuck. So completely engulfed in flames, like just burning her. The 2 bears just disappear.
Oh, nice.
So you guys see them just poof, vanish. All right,
Great sound effect.
Caliban, it's your turn.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I am going to take the sword, once again, drag it across the horns, and using Legacy of Avernus, do a 2nd level Searing Smite with my bonus action. And then I will take an attack against her.
Okay.
Okay. 15?
15 hits.
Okay, and I'll pump a Divine Smite into that as well.
Okay.
So that is... Sorry, everyone, I need to get a dice tray at some point. Damn it. So that's 4 points of slashing damage, plus 16 points of radiant damage, and an extra 4 points of fire damage.
Okay. Oof. That was a bad hit as well. Between the fire and Caliban's holy sort of slash, you see her sort of just get cut up and blood spurting everywhere, but also blisters bubbling up on her face from the fire.
Do I have time to yell, "Make sure she lives, I have questions"?
Sure.
You've straight up like put her to the verge of death.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
now
Exactly.
You're telling us to spare her life.
I
Like,
loosened
I love
the pickle
that.
jar
That's
for.
rich.
I
No,
loosened.
that's
I loosened
that's
the
great
pickle
timing.
jar for you. Now go ahead and gently open it.
I mean, she's literally there, like, and you're just like, don't kill her.
I didn't kill her. Did I kill her? I
No.
did not kill her.
Rover, it's your turn.
I mean,
Having heard this, I, with 30 feet of movement, can I get within, where is it? 90 feet? Yes. And see her?
Yeah, you can just get to the, basically here in the corridor. Can you see it, where I put you?
Yep, easy. And I'm going to cast Entangle. So hold on to my talisman, meditate again, and then reach out. And vines just come up and start grasping at her. Spell save DC is 13.
Okay.
It's a
Ooh.
hang on, let me double check.
19.
Yeah, that'll pass anyway.
She's pretty badly burned, but she manages to sidestep the vines. As a druid, she's experienced with this sort of spell, so she saw it come.
It's a strength check, sorry.
Strength check?
If that makes sense.
I only get a +1 to that, but it's still a 19 on the die.
Yeah, that's fine.
So she's... anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Cool. So it is now Zaxa's turn.
okay. I guess I've run as far as I can into into the
tomb.
into the tomb. I don't know where
You can run past Rover if you want, because you were a little bit closer, so you can get a better view if you want, or you can stay behind him.
Well, no, but I just don't know how much of the tomb I can actually see because I'm still walking my way down the corridor. I think I can move 30
here.
feet.
Yeah, but you were closer than Rover, so you can be here. Can you see where I put you? Just there.
Yes, I see that. What can I see from there? Can I see everything from there?
Yes,
or
you
am
can.
I still out a corner? And
You can see everything. You can see Caliban engaged in combat. The vines trying to grasp Ravisin, and Durbek standing ready to rush in. As well as Akeem going, like, oh damn it, I have to change it back to my camera. Going like this.
Just be back.
I did okay.
Okay, just 1 second. I just want to see if I can do something. No, I don't think I can. I address Ravisin.
Okay.
Wait, I just want to see if I can remember what she is. She's human, isn't she?
Yeah.
So I can just straight up speak to her and say we've been looking for you. We found you, and now we have some questions.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else?
Oh,
Maybe douse the flames.
I can't. That I can't do.
No.
No.
No. You don't want to
No.
hit her or anything. Okay.
From what it has been described, I feel like she looks like she's on the verge of possibly death.
Not quite. No. She looks
Or
very.
unconsciousness.
She looks very damaged, but she's still got quite a bit of fight in her.
Slightly trickier.
I feel like if I used anything else, I would possibly kill her.
Okay.
So I don't.
Sure. Okay. It's Durbik's turn.
All right, with a string of what must be expletives, but in a language that none of you understand.
I do.
No, I don't think you do.
Dwarvish?
No.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Durbik is if Durbik rages, can he still try and do subduing damage? I'm not sure how subduing damage works.
Yeah. So
But he wants to
basically,
stab-
non-lethal damage is just instead of trying to hit with the sharp part, you can try to hit with the side of your.
So he's going to cast Dispel Druid with his great axe.
Excellent. So I'll switch back to the
While
camera.
he's raging, anyone within 5 feet gets advantage on their attack.
So you see Durbik jump over the sarcophagus with a deft leap, sort of almost amazing considering his size, but he just kind of hops over and you just see him get really mad and just slap Ravisin across the face with this great axe. Roll for damage. Roll to attack.
That is a 20.
20 on natural 20?
No, it's a 14 that modifies up.
Okay.
Hey,
Roll,
20.
roll for damage.
That is now okay. Yep. Oh man, 9.
9 damage. Okay. Ravisin's head boom, shakes with the impact, and she looks really mad.
Why is an elephant? Why was that an elephant call? Did anyone hear that?
I heard
No,
that.
that was her screaming.
That's the
Was that her?
Ravisin, yeah. She pissed.
I don't know. This is the battle music for this encounter. I'm not sure. Maybe it's
That's
supposed to be
Ravisin.
the animals.
I'm telling you, it's Ravisin. She is pissed.
So she's not. Huh?
She's still
Not-
she's looking very battered, but still okay enough to fight. So
That means she's got a spell up her. Okay.
2 things happen. It's her turn, but also you hear a growl come from the corridor you guys just came from. It's far away, but you definitely hear some things coming from the other side. Now it's her turn, and she is going to cast Moonbeam at 3rd level
Oh,
on Caliban.
okay. What saving throw is that?
Constitution, I believe.
That
Oh,
is
I'm not super good at
Constitution saving throw.
those. Natural 1.
Okay, so
Fuck you, bronze die.
Ouch.
I miss you, bro.
This
3rd level or higher.
Did I hear right that I have advantage on saving throws, or is it just attacks?
Attack.
It's attacks.
Well,
Okay.
that's gonna help you though.
Ooh. Okay. Wait. That's actually. No. That's okay. So that's 4, 5, 6. You're lucky. Suddenly, the same kind of light that you guys saw being cast by Rover shines from nowhere. Just suddenly, beam of like laser moonlight strikes Caliban right like on top of his head and causes 6 points of radiant damage. And that's all she's gonna do for now. And it is now back to being, yes, Akeem's turn. Akeem, what would you like to do?
Recognizing that she's still got a little bit of fight in her, but without wanting to completely kill her, I bring my hands close together. How far away am I from her at this point?
You are about 10 feet, maybe?
Okay. So, but she's still kind of hurt, right?
Yeah.
So I run up to her, and in one swift movement, grab her from the shoulders, and I cast Shocking Grasp, electrifying her.
All right. Roll to attack.
Yep. I have 8 plus 5, 13.
13 hits. Just. So you see Akeem reach out and put his hands on Ravisin, and just once again this arc of electrical energy just like rides out from his arms and into her body and gives her a shock. Roll for damage.
Where's damage? Just the same number?
It's next to it, usually.
Effect, okay. 1.
She's wearing leather armor, and you think that that's kind of absorbed some of the damage because it didn't hurt her as much as you'd hoped.
Moonbeam is a concentration spell.
Thank you. She fails her concentration, and Moonbeam disappears off Caliban. God damn it.
Thank you.
It is now Caliban's turn.
I go up to her and I say, "Was that your best shot? Let me show you mine." DM question.
Yes.
If I do a normal attack, can I target non-lethal areas, like try to slice her arm or leg off?
Yeah.
In like a...
You can just say I'm doing a non-lethal attack.
I'm gonna do a non-lethal attack.
Yeah.
But if you do smite, the smite damage would still be deadly.
Yeah.
Oh, would it? Okay, fine. I'll do
Because it's
just
magical.
Yeah.
I will do a
Spreading
normal
fire.
attack then. 19. That's 19. 25.
Yep. And you hit her.
Wait. No, sorry. 24.
Okay. Definitely hits.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a normal attack.
Oh, by the way, anyone that is close enough to Ravisin is now noticing that in the corner there looks like what is a shrub full of berries that is shaking with fear. And holding like little twiggy hands like this going.
There's a creature there.
5 points of damage.
Okay.
And we heard noises coming behind us, right?
Yep.
Can I use my movement to get into the corridor?
Sure. Wait, let me see how far it is. Oh.
If Caliban is concerned, I'd be happy to yell out, "You deal with the bitch. I'll watch our backs."
You know what? That's good enough. Wait,
Yeah, you'd be basically where Rover is.
in that case, never mind. I will just stay there. Can I do anything with a bonus action?
Actually, what I can
Nope.
do this. Haha. Okay. So it is now
Yeah, that's it.
Rover's turn.
Wonderful. Kind of pissed off that it didn't work the first time. Again, he just quickly kind of grabbed the totem
2 seconds. Just gonna use the bathroom.
and cast Entangle again. Just
Okay.
to contain her so she can't.
Once again,
And then
vines
he's
come
gonna
out of the
shoot.
ground. And 19 again, yes!
Do any of us close by also have to save, or is it just?
I can center the cube so that it's not on you guys. if DM allows it. It's a 20-foot cube area, but I can.
Oh, is it anyone within the area?
Yeah, within a 20-foot cube of where I center it, but I could try and center it behind to try and unless there's no way that I could not get someone.
Well, yeah, I guess you could. Okay, sure. No, it's
Get her on the corner of the cube, like.
if the cube was basically inside the wall, you could do it.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll allow it, just for simplicity.
In that case, I'm also then going to come.
Because I don't understand.
So
sorry,
he cast.
What's actually happening? Because I don't
Yeah,
get
okay.
what I don't get what's just happened.
So Rover has cast a spell where vines come out of the ground to try and grab Ravisin.
I thought that what it was already done. I thought entanglement was already done.
No, but it failed. She passed her save.
Yeah, she didn't
She
get
looked at
The cube about. Well,
So-
I was talking about
yeah.
the cube. That's
So,
what I don't understand.
Entangle is a spell that is basically an area of a cube of 20 feet. Yeah?
Right.
So anything inside that cube gets entangled by the spell. But you can place the cube wherever you like. So Rover's placing it in a place that would only catch Ravisin so that the other guys don't get caught up in it as well.
Got it.
Because we're too close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's back to being Zuxa's turn.
Before I'm going to go back towards like at least the entrance of this corridor, not back into the main room.
Yeah. And you meet a very hungry direwolf on the way out. They're blocking your way. Damn it, I can't. There we go.
Yeah.
Terribly sorry, that could not wait.
That's right.
Oh.
Do I? In that case, I'm going to use my bonus action
Yep.
to turn into a direwolf.
Okay, let me go grab another
shit.
direwolf mini.
I just basically go, oh, this is fun. Because
I just
And
look
growl
at
at it.
Rover and go, damn, I wish I could do that.
I'm popping to Lou as well, just quickly, sorry. But I've just had my turn.
Yeah.
Okay,
Staff isn't doing it.
so it's Zuxa's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna cast. So sorry, I just didn't quite understand. So the entanglement thing did work.
No, it didn't.
So it failed twice.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Ravisin.
Okay.
That paralyzes her, so she can't speak. Right?
It paralyzes her completely, just in general. So she can't speak, but you can. Well,
I've done this so that she can't cast any more spells.
Right.
I've done this so that she is locked in place.
Okay.
And can't say anything else. or
What
can't go
save
anywhere.
is it? What save is it? It says I have to roll a save. Is it a Wisdom save?
It's It's a Wisdom save.
Okay, I got 9, so I'm pretty sure I failed that. What's your spell
You
save
did.
DC?
14.
So you guys see Zuxa move her hand in the air and like run, say an incantation, and you see this kind of energy float outward and envelop Ravisin, and she's just suddenly locked in place, completely paralyzed.
And at this, as I do this, so if I cast a concentration spell, can I also do a bonus action?
Yes. What is your bonus action?
Misty Step. I'd like to try and teleport out of the tomb. Or do I have to be looking at her the whole time?
It's a space you can see that you can teleport with Misty Step. Sorry, Ben. I can't hear you, Ben.
That's not actually what. I was asking whether
You can't cast two
I
spells
have
in
to
one.
look at her. Yeah, but
Oh,
I can cast Misty
sorry.
Step as a bonus action.
You
I
can-
just
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to know whether concentration requires me to be looking at her the entire time.
No, it doesn't, but because it's not a cantrip, you can't cast Misty Step. So you can cast a cantrip and Misty Step, but you can't cast 2 spells.
Oh, okay.
Two full
All right.
spells.
So then it's just whole person then, I guess.
And just to explain how concentration works, basically you can't cast, if you try and cast a different other, you can cast all your other spells while you've got one concentration spell running. But if you try and cast another concentration spell, the other one that you've got going drops. So you can only have one concentration spell running at a time, because that's one that requires focus. But you can have something with concentration going and still fire out cantrips or Misty Step.
Yeah.
or any other spell that isn't concentration.
Cool. So she's paralyzed, and it's back to being Durbek's turn.
All right, so I didn't get to dispel the druid. Right?
Yeah, but you've seen that she's rigid, like she's being held in place by magic in front of you.
But I hear that there's dire wolves. I hear sounds from the corridor of monsters.
You do.
How quickly could I? I'm not sure if I should actually try and knock her unconscious or just leave her held. But she gets saves against hold person, right?
Yeah, every turn.
Every turn. Right. So I'm going to try and dispel druid again then.
With advantage, because actually, with with advantage because it's paralyzed, and it'll be a critical hit when it hits. So if you hit it.
Okay, so that was a 15.
That hits.
Modified.
So
right.
yeah, and so roll 2 dice instead of 1 for damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's 15, 23.
Oh. Okay. So
and I'm trying to knock her out.
Yeah.
Right?
So you see Durbek swing his axe once again with the flat of it, just smacks her right across the top of the head, and just like being whacked by Mike Tyson in his prime, you see her head just go boom, rattled, and she drops like straight down, completely unconscious. And it is now my direwolf's turn, and he's going to attack Rover. Yes, this will definitely hit.
Rover's like, hold my beer.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit. I mean, I'm a direwolf. I have the same stats as your direwolf right now.
And so that is 2d6
mental stat
plus 3 piercing damage. So that is 9 damage, and you must succeed a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
With his strength, that's much better. Yeah, that's going to be a 21.
Okay,
pass.
so you're fine.
I'll keep track of my direwolf. Yeah, don't worry.
It is back to being Akeem's turn.
Mm-hmm. So, can we have 2 hold person spells running at the same time from different people?
You can on different creatures, but it would only be persons. So you can cast it on like a goblin, an orc, a man, a dwarf, but you can't cast it on a wolf.
I have a look at the shrub thingy that was shaking.
Yeah.
Do I know what's there? Can I do a quick investigation before I attack?
Yeah, if you see it, and you just see like this thing trying to hold its hand above its head, and like it's really afraid, and it's like hoping that you won't kill it.
Okay, I move in between it and Ravisin, and I cast. See, this is probably gonna kill her. Firebolt.
At the bush?
No, at Ravisin.
Oh, she's unconscious. You want to like give her a coup de grace?
Oh no,
Okay.
she's unconscious. That's fine. Then at the bush, I cast Charm Person. So I go close to it and kind of go, "Don't worry, it's okay. It's gonna be fine."
Okay, it's a bush, so that Charm Person spell doesn't work. But
because it's not a person. Okay.
But it responds to you and goes, "Please don't kill me."
Oh, what's the matter, little thing? What are you afraid of?
Fighting.
I wouldn't hurt you.
This is crazy. Okay.
I wouldn't hurt you.
That's as much as you're able to say for now, but but you get the notice. You notice that it's an intelligent bush.
Okay.
It's Caliban's turn.
Can I see the direwolf? Can I reach the direwolf?
No, you cannot. You can dash to it and reach it, or you can get about halfway.
Balls. 1 second. Actions. Okay, I'm gonna get half the way.
Yep.
I think I'm just gonna throw a javelin.
Hold on. Try to.
At which one? I dare to ask.
Nope.
Roll an intelligence check.
6.
6. All right. You can throw your javelin, and I'm going to roll a dice to see which one you hit.
Sure. Okay, that's a actually 16.
Okay, you hit the right one. Lucky. What? How much damage you caused?
All right. 1d6 plus 3. 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay, cool. Rover, it's your turn.
That's my turn.
Don't know if there's any way I'd be able to tell this. I mean, I still keep my mental stats, but would I be able to tell if this is a summoned wolf or a normal wolf that is just in service?
It looks like it's a normal wolf.
Yeah. It's from here. It's easy. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a bite. So it's gonna be a 18 to hit.
That definitely hits.
2d6, is it? Yeah. That is 12 points of damage.
Oof, nasty. A big bite on the side of its belly, and some blood gushes out.
I give it a good growl. Trying to like get down.
It is now Zaxa's turn.
Can I see what's going on? Because
Yep.
I don't think I can.
You are in the corridor, and looking back, you can see Caliban rushing towards them, and you can see the two wolves battling it out.
Right. How far away are they from me?
They're about 20 feet.
Can I Eldritch Blast? I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the far wolf.
Sure.
Right, just a shot to the head, basically. Just a quick burst of
Roll to hit.
20 natural.
Natural. All right, roll for damage. So that's 2d10s plus 4. Plus the number 4, not the dice.
Oh. Whoops. Whoops. 6.
6 plus 4, so that's 10, yeah? You roll 2 dice of the d10 dice?
Yeah, and it's 6 with the 4.
Oh, did you roll a 1 on each dice?
I rolled 2 on one and 0 on the other.
No, 0 is 10. On a
No, it's-
on a d10, 0 is 10.
I've just lost the dice. Just a second.
Sure. So that would be 12, 18. No, 16. So that's 16. 14. Yeah, so you cause 16 damage.
Oh, okay.
No dice is
I'll
every
take
time you always do at least 1 damage. So every dice starts at 1 and goes up to 10. They just can't
But then-
fit the 1 0 on the d10. That's
If I can fit it on this one. So,
What?
Yeah, but that's a d20. They're all digit numbers.
but that's
Rover-
not a D20.
How much damage did you cause? Rover?
I caused 12 points of damage.
Okay, this wolf is really fucked up. Okay. It is now Durbek's turn.
So first off, unless I'm mistaken, Ben, we might have another person to ask for sponsorship of the stream. Yeah.
Thatcher Gold, yeah.
Yes. I knew I like you, Durbek.
Okay. So like the giant crowd.
It's more my poison if we're asking for
Possible
sponsors,
that,
but, you know.
that Durbik can use. Oh, I'm on mute.
I can't. No, you're not. It just there was other people talking, and I couldn't hear you.
Is it possible that Durbik can not dash but run down that corridor?
Yeah.
And throw a hand axe and have a chance of, with a reasonable chance that he's not going to hit one of his party? It feels like it's just like traffic jam central up there.
Yeah, it is. But you could rush past Zuxa from where you are and be just between her and Caliban, and you can shout to Caliban to duck as you throw your axe.
Okay, good.
Do I have time to duck?
Yeah, the reaction.
Okay, I will.
Oh, that was a miss.
A miss?
I
Okay.
assume that would be a. Sorry, 10.
Okay, so it's the 10. No, that misses.
Yeah, okay.
And the axe goes stoom, and kind of hits one of the statues in the corner and chips off the nose.
Yeesh.
It is the direwolf's turn, trying to attack Rover. 18, yes.
Okay.
It's a little bit of damage. Whew. And he causes, nice, 9 plus 3, 12 points of damage. And once again, strength saving throw.
Constitution saving. You guys aren't going to believe me. Natural 20. I am rolling hot tonight.
All right. It's back to Akeem.
How far away am I at this point?
You're back in the tomb. I'll show you.
Yep. Because I'm way behind them, right?
You're back in the tomb there, and they're in the corridor. Yeah.
So there's no way I can get out in front to try and help.
You can, because you can move past friendlies.
Oh, okay.
So they can make space for you if you have enough movement. Let me just double check. You can get to... Oh, it's a bit busy, but you could probably squeeze in between Caliban and Durbik.
Okay. So I scream out to them, "Mine now!" and run with a lot of energy as far as I can, and then I trying to think. I cast what is it? Burning Hands to try and see if I can hit the direwolf attacking Rover.
Okay.
Am I able to do that?
Yes. Bear in mind that you will hit Caliban and Rover with this.
Yeah, because they're ahead of this. So okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a bad decision.
Burning Hands is like a flamethrower, and
Yeah,
Firebolt is more like an arrow fire that you can...
Oh, okay, then probably Firebolt would make more sense. Then let's go with Firebolt.
All right, roll to hit.
All right. 7. It's 7.
Sorry?
7.
Oh.
7. 2 plus 5.
The ball of fire just kind of skids past, like singeing like Caliban's hair, and just kind of ricochets off the other side of the tomb and bounces off.
Sorry, Caliban.
It is now Caliban's turn.
All right. How hurt does the direwolf look?
It's on death's door.
Any other visible enemies?
Nope.
I'm gonna go for a regular attack against the direwolf and try to decapitate it.
Okay. You get within reach. Ah. The corridor was just wide enough for the miniature, so you got stuck. There we go.
That's a natural 18 for 23.
All right, that hits. Roll for damage.
Fucking D8. 4 points of slashing damage.
You go to try and take its head off, and it goes like through the... You go for a downwards swing, so to cut it up from the bottom upwards. And it cuts into its throat, like halfway through, and its head is almost a little bit dangling, but it's still alive.
God damn it.
Mother.
That's it. I'm not using this D8 anymore tonight.
1 hit point left. It is Rover's turn. I mean,
Fucking
was
just end
considering-
this.
I was considering dropping Wild Shape and casting another Speak with Animals, but I don't think I can be bothered. I like being a wolf, so yeah, sure. And because Caliban's next to me, Pack Tactics advantage,
Okay, roll to hit.
which is a good thing too, because I rolled a natural 1 on one of them, and with a plus, that'll be a 15.
Yeah, that hits. And how do you want to do this?
So if Caliban sliced in from the bottom, I basically come in from the top and just finish off the job by just ripping its head off from the neck.
Nice. So, just rip, and it just rips the wolf apart. And he's dead. And you guys are out of initiative with unconscious Ravisin and a frightened bush.
I will
I just
quickly.
imagine George.
I would like
I
to
would
point
like
out
to-
that. Sorry.
So quick as I can, I run to Ravisin and tie her up, binding her mouth as well,
Okay.
as tight as I can.
I was going to say, as a wolf, I actually looked like quite bloody and quite hurt. But as I drop my wild shape, you will notice that I'm just normal. I'm all good.
Is there any indication of where the wolf came from? The other wolf?
You're not sure. You didn't see it. You just heard it come through.
I'd like to speak to this bush.
Okay. You go up to the bush. It's still cowering in the corner, holding its hands up, little twigs. You know, like.
It's you know, let me get the accent of Mother Russia. It's okay. It's okay, little guy. We're not here to hurt you. What's going on?
Nothing. I don't hurt me. I'm not part of this. I'm just here for food. I don't know why she did this to me. I don't like to think. It's terrible. Why would you do this to people? People?
It's
Twigs?
okay. It's okay. It's okay. There was a big wolf that attacked. Is that just a friend of hers, or?
Yes, she has beasts. A moose, a wolf, other things.
What other things?
I've seen a polar bear, a reindeer, a rabbit once. That was weird. Just all sorts. There was a, I want to say, dinosaur. I don't even know how I know that word.
He describes a big, weird fish monster. It's okay, little guy. It's okay. I'd say take a deep breath, but you plant. So
She did the same thing to me, and like suddenly I could think, and yeah, it's weird. It's fucking weird.
do you know what else she had planned?
All I know is she blames the people of 10 Towns for the death of her sister. She wanted revenge.
I step closer and ask, what do you know of this place?
It's a tomb. I've seen Ravisin use the moonbeam spell to turn on the mirror so that the moose could see where the loggers and hunters were to hunt them down. That's all I know. And inside the sarcophagus is the remains of her sister.
Did you ever see these animals bring prisoners or hostages back?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember this. Some of the animals were very keen to do bad stuff. Others not so much. Ravisin always complained about the weird sea monster thing, like not feeling squeamish.
It's okay. We've met him. He's called Fish Slayer.
Okay.
He's
Right.
nice.
Great.
Nice guy, actually.
And fish
What
slayer,
you-
so he not eat you.
So while they're chatting with the bush, what else is there in this room, like on her person or around the room?
So,
Can I ask the bush, just while this is happening, who's in the other tomb?
Oh, it's an old tomb. The original inhabitant, I think. She didn't use that one for anything. You probably find a very old elf in there.
Did she ever say why she chose this area, this place?
She said that normal people couldn't find this place.
Okay.
Would I be able to spark something at that? Be like abjuration? Would I be able to make a link somewhere?
Roll a wisdom check.
That'll be a 14.
Okay.
You would infer that perhaps the statues create a protective aura around the tomb.
Yeah, it's a bit of like the TARDIS. Like it makes you not look at it. You don't notice it.
Somebody else's problem field.
Yeah.
So on Ravisin, I don't think you find anything on Ravisin. Doesn't. Sorry, so I'm just double checking to make sure. No, it doesn't seem like she has anything. She's got an ice sickle. And that's about it.
An ice sickle.
A sickle made of ice.
Does it? No.
Hang on, sorry. Oh,
Can I
never mind.
inspect the sickle, see if it matches anything that I've seen?
I mean, it's not like the piece that looked like a dagger, but it's definitely the same kind of thing. This one's
Okay.
round and curved. The one that you found in the chest of the dwarf was straight, like a dagger.
Does anyone mind if I take this?
Little bush, do you have name?
Sorry, once.
That's right.
I've lost my. Sorry, go on.
Little bush, do you have name?
Name? No. No, I don't have a name. I was a bush until a little while ago, and now I'm this. I don't even know what I am, but yeah.
I'm going to call you Little Bush then.
Okay, cool.
I go over again.
Sorry,
this time
that was
leaning-
within. Oh, sorry. No, go.
I was just gonna say, I lean in closer to the little bush in a very friendly way and just say, you mentioned Ravisin's sister.
Yes.
What do you know about her?
She was another druid. I'm not sure how she died, but Ravisin blames the people of 10 Towns for her death.
I was going
She's
to ask,
in there, and he points to the sarcophagus.
what I was going to ask is, do you know, you see shiny sickle? Do you know where she get this?
She can make them. This one that you can see there, she made today. She knew you guys were probably coming after she found the moose, and she wanted to be armed and ready. What's?
I think I know. I recognize the story. Is this Frozen? This is Frozen, isn't it? This is the dark version of Frozen. There's a moose. There's an ice witch. Her sister's dead. Come on.
I haven't seen it, so
Frozen. Oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I generally haven't seen it.
Totally the dark version of Frozen.
Funny.
I mean, it's been out for a couple of years. No excuse.
I mean, why would I want to watch it? I'm sorry, but
'cause
it's
it's
just
the
not
greatest
the type
movie
of
ever.
thing.
So we're
It
friends,
doesn't
Mary.
sound
Tangled is better.
You have just yes.
Tangled is better. I will
I think
fight
it's
people on that.
probably better than all of them.
But sorry for
Anyway,
taking over the rest.
for a time off stream.
Another thing, yeah.
I'd like to inspect the sickle, and if we've got 10 minutes spare, I'd like to detect magic on it.
Okay. So
Can
you
I,
cast ritual spell, and you notice that it's been created by magic, and it would cause cold damage if wielded, but other than that, you can't tell much else. Sorry, and Zaxa?
I just wanted to know if there was a way I might know a spell that could subdue her when she gains consciousness without her then becoming a problem again.
She's completely tied up.
She wouldn't be able, when she wakes
But
up...
if she can talk, she can
No,
do things.
Caliban did specifically say that he was gagging her.
Okay.
Let me chat to her first, and I'll make sure she cooperates.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do now?
I turn to the others and I say, anyone who's a little squeamish should probably vacate this room now.
I ask him, I say, stop, what are you about to do? What are you going to do?
I'm going to make it clear to her that she's going to tell us everything she knows.
That's, no, but I mean, I know why you're going to do what you want to do, but what exactly were you thinking of doing?
Is she awake at the moment? Do I see
No,
that?
she's unconscious. You'd have to give her
Okay.
like something to heal her to bring her back.
Yeah.
Or give her like a day to rest.
I'm not going to do anything she doesn't force me to do.
That's
I don't like
so
some-
disquieting, Caliban. So disquieting. Literally, like, don't do anything to her. Nothing.
While you guys are having this discussion, I'm just handing out good berries to anyone that was hurt.
Oh yeah, I'll take one. I'll take 6 if you have one.
Rover the
Yeah,
nice
but-
guy.
Cool, I'll take 6.
Basically, tell me how much damage you've taken, and I can heal you that exact amount.
6.
Easy.
I don't think there was any for me.
Oh, Bill, I can't hear you. You've cut out, Bill. I can't hear you.
I'm just testing the mute functionality, and I'm proud to say that it works. Did the little bush ever see her do anything with the sarcophagus that's out on the hill outside?
No. No, sorry. She hasn't touched that one as far as I know.
I hate to be a bit Caliban about this, but now we have free human hand.
That is one thing I was going to do.
I'm not saying we do. Just
Also, Zuxa, I was mainly just going to frighten her. A bluff, if you will.
Okay.
While all of this is going on, I slowly start making my way back to the dial in order to try and make my way to the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Because I just want to inspect to see what else is around there.
The one on top of the hill, right, with the crystals. Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to do anything else in the chamber with Ravisin, with the sarcophagus that has her sister in it, or the other chamber, or anything like that?
Yes, but not right now. I'm focused on Ravisin at the moment, so just when we get there.
So we can't question her, right? Because she's...
You can wake her up by giving her one of the
can
good
wake-
berries.
I can wake her up as well. Are we doing that?
I mean, we could also just take her into town. That way it's quite there.
I'm
I
worried
don't
the
think we
town's
should- I don't
gonna
think we should
treat
take
her
her into
worse
town.
than anything we could do.
Yeah, I agree.
I will touch my 2 fingers to Ravisin's forehead and put a point of lay on hands into her.
As you see,
What is it?
you see a beam of kind of like golden light go from Taliban's finger into Ravisin, and her wounds heal very slightly, and her eyes open wide, and her eyes focuses on the scene, and you see anger.
Now,
Hello, my name is Rover.
now, I'm inclined to remove this gag so we can have a conversation. But look at me in the eye and understand that the second I hear anything resembling an incantation is the second your severed tongue hits the floor. Do I make myself clear?
Give me 1 second. Okay. She looks at you, and you see like a smile curl up in her eyes. And then suddenly, like you just see your ropes and gags, like just kind of fall down to the ground, and a scurrying movement quickly on the floor.
Motherfucker! Do I see, like, can I see the scurrying movement?
Roll a perception check.
Shit.
I was going to say, yeah, can I instantly turn back into a direwolf and try and sniff her out?
Turn into a house cat. What are you doing?
No, you are okay. Well, just a normal wolf then.
Try and hit her again with the flat of the axe on her way out the door. Like I'm not right there by her, so if she comes scurrying by, I'm going to try and whack her.
Modified 20.
You see a small squirrel dart past everyone through the corridor.
Do I have time to use Channel Divinity?
I'm going to count it as like your action was to try and figure out what happened, so I'm going to give her a turn.
Fine then. Bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Anyone else?
I want to try and whack her as she runs by.
All right. Roll to hit.
The flat of the axe worked on her before.
What is a hunter's mark?
I know wherever she is within the next, as long as that mark is on her.
The next hour.
Yeah,
9.
the next hour I know where she is.
Okay.
9, Dre.
9. Now you miss on your swing. Okay.
I'm on the outside, right? Can I see her coming out of the thing?
If you were inspecting the sarcophagus, not yet.
Be too far away. Okay.
Yeah. And you're not really looking out for a small white squirrel.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay, I am.
But you were turning.
running.
You were turning into a wolf, right, Rover?
Yes, I was turning into just a normal, not a direwolf, just a normal wolf.
Okay. Roll a perception check with advantage because you're a wolf to try and see if you can find the trail.
That's with mine. So that's going to be a 22.
Okay. You're on her trail and you're sort of running outside. She's veering up north outside of the circle. You keep chasing.
I'm dashing after her.
We're chasing the wolf.
I'm dashing as well, and I've got a javelin in one hand.
Okay. Let me see. Squirrel stealth. It doesn't tell me. I'm just gonna roll a check. Let's see.
That just means it's their dex mod.
I'm still inside, and I'm just going to look around the tomb to see if she's left anything behind.
You find like her bedroll, like just a few personal effects, herbs and things that she would use to cook with. Not much other than that.
Are there anything useful in the herbs? Can I just slip them into my bag?
Sure, there's just some nice cooking herbs, like sort of wild herbs that she collected.
But no mementos from her sister, nothing, no personal effects other than the herbs then?
Not outside, no. Not in view that you can see.
Can I investigate that tomb then and see if there's anything else she's left behind?
Do you want to try and push the sarcophagus? Like the lid open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a strength check.
18 plus...
Cool. Boom! The lid slides off, and a horrible stench of the decay fills the room. And you see a corpse that looks similar to Ravisin. You can see the resemblance. Roll a medicine check.
Take the hand.
I get 9.
Okay. You can tell that her death wasn't that long ago. Well, but it was longer ago than the level of decomposition. The cold has preserved the body. Do you search through?
Yes, I do.
Tucked in on her corpse, you find a sharkskin pouch that contains 2 potions in crystal vials.
Can I, do I know what they might contain? Do I recognize any of this?
Roll an Arcana check.
9.
No, sorry.
Okay.
You will need to use the spell to identify them.
Okay.
So
Liquid MDMA.
let me pause there. Oh, yes, Durbik?
Durbik, seeing that Caliban and Rover have chased off after the squirrel, and Akeem is over with the things like worrying about splitting up the party, and now hearing Zuxa mucking around in the tomb, he's going to hang back, stay close to the tomb, stay close to that room in case anything untoward starts to happen.
Good to
Also
know.
collect his hand axe that he threw and missed.
Cool. So I'm going to pause for a second with you guys and follow Rover chasing after the squirrel with Caliban in tow.
My speed is 40 as well.
Yeah, so you're probably going to catch up to him, but let's do a contested. Actually, I'm going to roll.
With Hunter's Mark, by the way, bear in mind she gives off like a GPS signal.
To you only, though.
To me only.
Let's do a contested dexterity check to see if you catch her.
Yeah. +2. 18.
Ooh, I got 18 as well. Let's roll again.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
So you reach the squirrel and it's dancing around like around a tree. You're kind of trying to catch it. Caliban's following in tow. You have one
Am
more
I
chance.
within 30 feet?
Sure.
Javelin.
To the squirrel, roll with disadvantage. And
Why?
not because it's tiny and also like it's got cover.
Okay. Okay, that's a 7 and a 17, so 13. Yeah, sorry, 12. 12.
Nah, you missed. Sorry, it's tiny.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
16.
Cool. Your jaws close around the squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just hold it in my mouth. I don't bite down. I just turn back towards, looking very satisfied, just being like,
Huh?
Look what I caught.
you know when a dog gets its favorite chew toy? That's what I'm doing. I'm just like, oh yay.
Question is your tail wagging?
Of course it is.
That's what I thought.
All right. What do you guys
I
want to
turn
do?
back and look at Caliban, and I'm like,
Don't worry, he might throw a javelin at you.
I put away the javelin. Take her back.
and I trot off.
Okay. Take her back, and what do you do with the squirrel?
And
Ooh, sorry, I got a bit of a delay for you, Caliban. Just a second. I can't hear you.
Ooh.
Sounds like an incantation.
He is,
Sounds like a
Caliban.
he is doing
Caliban
that on
saying a
purpose.
spell. Caliban saying a spell.
Can't
Perhaps
hear
it
you,
was
man.
Ben that was meant to constantly drop off.
If you
It's a
can't
great
hear
feature.
us.
No, he's speaking infernal. I get it. He's speaking infernal. I'm getting it. Wait, what was it?
I don't know why he's frozen.
I'm just glad that it's not me that's having problems. Not
Yeah.
for once.
That's
All right. So whilst my brother probably resets, so we'll figure out what to do. Does anyone else want to do anything? So, Akeem, you were inspecting the tomb.
I realize that I can't do much there by myself, so I go and rejoin the group.
Okay. So you join Durbek and Zuxa.
I'm looking at the articles I pulled out from the body of Ravisin's sister, and I just want to remember I have a couple of potions and something else, was it? Or just potions?
It's just a shark skin pouch with the 2 potions inside.
Okay. Is there anything else she's wearing? Anything significant or distinctive in some way?
Says okay. Let me just double check with my brother because he's saying they can't find the session.
Huh.
Okay, so no, you just see she's dressed very similarly like a person that would probably spend most of her time away from civilization. furs and like no kind of civilized artifacts, almost nothing made out of metal. It's all bone and twine and fur and leather. But other than that, it just looks like someone that would have lived mostly away from people and things other than animals.
I imagine very similar to Rover, only Rover doesn't wear that many clothes because he actually likes the cold.
Sorry, I'm just double checking on my brother because he seems unable to join for some reason.
Yeah, so you all see a wolf with this squirrel at its tail. I think he's just holding the tail of it, and like the squirrel is just like scrabbling away, trying to get up and like scratch and do things. He's just like.
Sorry. Romeo, can you hear us? Yeah. When you rejoin, no, it's still a bit jittery. But when you rejoin, please always use the same name, because then I don't have to go and spend like 10 minutes putting you back in every shot, which I'll now have to do. So sorry, guys, I need to do this.
Sorry, I just want to comment on, like, I love the timing of that, where you went, this is something I don't want, I'm doing that now.
So what do we think we can learn from questioning her?
Yeah, I think this is an isolated incident. I can't talk to you, actually. Why am I talking?
I think she's quite angry, but I think we need to figure out, like, why she thinks that the towns were responsible for her sister's death, because that's what the little bushes told us. But at the same time, there's still the reason as to why she's there, why she's using this location, because there's the description on the sarcophagus that said, "Gaze upon your face and have the 7 questions answered." So we still don't know. Yeah, we still don't know, because the mirror shimmered when we used.
And the moose was able to use it. So we could maybe find out from her about that.
Yeah, I think so. Like, why the location, and what happened to her sister?
I think what happened to her sister is more useful. Like, why the location? It seems like a pretty awesome hideout. Like, if I was going to be a
badass,
I was going to be a bad guy in the wilderness. It would be a place that no one can find. They can only get in with the moonbeam on the right phase of the moon. It's an awesome hideout.
I'm still frozen?
No, you're back. You're back.
Agent
Okay.
For villains. That would be such a
Perhaps we should seal the tomb again so that she doesn't realize we desecrated her sister's body.
Yeah, he didn't do too well. But you would love it.
Oh.
Can I shut the sarcophagus again?
The lid is kind of popped off. You'd have to lift it back on. You guys, it's sort of a 2-man job if you want to do it. But also, the squirrel is kind of holding still, but it can see what's happening.
You guys can't get this look from me.
Can I slap the squirrel so, like, hard enough that it drops the form?
Sure.
It's still in my mouth.
That would certainly help put the lid back on the sarcophagus.
I'll just say, Rover, grit your teeth.
No, now did she banish Akeem also?
No, I think he might have had something happen. He turned the camera off because when it goes black, he might have had someone ring the doorbell or call or something. So
I think the druid has some spells that are affecting our players. That is
Rover
making me
chomps
really
down
now.
at my instruction.
Chomps down?
Yeah. Just hard enough to get her to pop back.
Okay. Ravisin reverts back, and like because of the coming out of spell, she pops out of Rover's mouth and instantly turns into an owl and starts to fly off.
Can I get an attack of opportunity?
She's in a dome. She's in an enclosed.
Because I would have been ready to go
space.
before
She
I.
should make it out of the.
Yeah, but she's gonna fly off. But yeah, you can try to attack her.
Natural 17 for a total of 22.
I blast her down. I try to blast if I can. I can Eldritch blast her, but I don't.
22.
I'm just firing at this point. I don't know whether it's lethal or not.
Okay, roll again.
Eldritch blast is the way lethal.
I thought it was to take a cape or piece of fur or something and just try and
okay.
grab her out of the air, like leap into the air.
So that's
catch
4
her as she flies
plus.
by, and not get hit by the Eldritch Blast.
I'm pretty sure that's
Lion?
7 points of
Don't go
slashing
down.
damage.
Don't go
Okay, so she gets 7 points of slashing damage from Caliban's sword. An Eldritch Blast flies off at the same time, and roll to hit.
Oh, 3. No.
Misses, like ricochets. But as she turns back into herself and falls onto the ground, Durbik like attempts to grab her. Roll an athletics check.
Oh, that's going to be good. It's going to be quite good. That is a 23.
You have her grappled.
All right. So I was trying to catch her in a pape or something, so I'm basically just like using it to restrain her so that she can't get away.
Okay, cool. She's restrained. You guys can tie her up again if you wish.
Actually, sorry, because I'm a lawful good rules lawyer. Owls have the ability of called flyby. They don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh.
As well. Future reference. If it flies out of an enemy's reach, they have an ability called flyby.
Okay.
They don't get Just
Like,
a future
are
reference.
you just saying that
All right.
basically owls are immune
Fine.
to attack?
Yeah, fine.
Owls. Owls can
That's
fly.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
That's
can
why
fly
I said,
past.
I said, are owls
Sorry.
immune to attack?
Sorry,
just wanna
I
know
heard
what that
elves.
actually-
It means that they can fly away without getting hit.
So
I
owls,
got that.
they swoop in so quickly, they can duck in, do a peck or claw with their talons or whatever,
Okay.
and then quickly dive away
Well, that's
without
cool.
being opportunity attacked. But you can still attack them normally. It's just an attack. Just again.
Okay. Well, I don't want to reverse narrative. So
No.
that's
Again,
fine.
just
Yeah.
Right.
I just remembered it, and
So, what other kinds of animals are immune
Also, though,
to
I
opportunity
would have
attacks?
I didn't get a chance to say it, but I was gonna
don't
say that
know.
Because if owls are one, then there's probably others.
but this is
and it'd be
out of
helpful to know.
character.
Yeah.
This is out of character.
I wouldn't.
right.
I wouldn't
It'd
know
be helpful
off the
to
top
know
of my
what
head.
animals are immune to opportunity attacks, if that's the case.
But the players, but the characters wouldn't know that.
Rover, do you have any idea how we can stop her from turning into animals? Is there a certain number of times
Well,
that you can do that? Or
I'm a wolf. So I'm kind of looking at you being like, am I dropping this? Like, are we done with me being wolf? Is the impression you get from me?
I just say to him, "Do what you want."
I mean, we should certainly at least drag her into a room and close the door.
So
Yeah.
I drop the wolf form, and I kind of go, well, I can only do this twice a day, but I'm not very good through it.
Is that the same for her?
I don't know. She already, like, I saw her moonbeam. It's more powerful than mine. I don't know, but there is a limit.
So
We don't get to do this as often as we like.
So let's at least take her into a room and close the stone door behind us, right?
Akeem?
If you do that, it might block permanently. I should be outside with moonbeam to let you out if you need.
That seems like a reasonable precaution.
Good plan.
Just quietly.
Okay. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I would go out into the main area within 30 feet. I would stay within 30-foot range of the door so that Zuxa can always beam me.
Okay. So you guys go inside the tomb, and Rover goes outside. You notice that from the inside, the stone door is super easy to open. But aside from that, you pull it close.
At least if she turns into a mouse, she can't, or a wren, she can't fly out of it.
And you have Ravisin bound. You drag her back through.
Yeah. Rover should have left us with a good berry so we could wake her back up again.
1 second.
Good berries have to be eaten. You have to be conscious to eat.
Oh,
So it's not good for getting you up, but if you've taken a bit of damage, it's good for topping you up.
all right.
Can I not just use my wisdom or medicine thingy
To do what? Sorry.
to kind of wake her up a little bit?
Oh, she's not unconscious. She's just bound.
Okay.
So right now, Durbik is holding her like underneath this thing and holding her still enough that she can't cast any spells. but like she's struggling. Like I'm gonna try and break free in a minute, unless you guys tell me that you're gonna bind her again.
I will absolutely go and bind her again.
Yeah.
Before I left the room, I'm going to stay out there anyway, just as a kind of like rear guard if she does get out. But also, I would have told the guys that when druid, no casting when you're an animal, unless you're like ridiculously powerful, and then we'd all be screwed anyway.
So yes, we're retying her.
Okay. Tying her and gagging her again?
I won't gag her.
Okay.
Time.
Yes.
I will, however,
Caliban got any
jam
chance of
my
rejoining
sword.
us, or is
Not,
he
not
been
like
banished to
stabbing
another
her, but
plane?
like just like gag her with my sword.
Okay.
What?
I think you.
Like, oh.
Did you catch that, Drew?
Yeah, he said he's putting his sword like here.
Yeah.
So now what?
I'm gonna move this in a
All right.
moment, and if
Caliban's
there's
not here to
anything
question,
out
so-
of your
so I guess
try
I'll
anything
just
again
Terrible
at all,
thing. Okay.
and I'll take your legs. Do I make
Let's try
myself
this
clear?
again. Funny stuff next time will be lethal. All right? I don't have any more respect for those tame townfolk than you do.
Is my audio working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
But we
Okay.
need some answers for
So yeah, I
Can you hear Bill, Romeo?
knew.
Yeah.
That's why they're talking over each other.
Because
No, Bill is frozen. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
Do you want me to
Bill's fine,
reload?
man.
No, we can see him and he's fine. Try to reload, but you have to use the same name, which is X.
Okay. Okay.
I am very sorry. I will be 2 seconds. Sorry.
Sure.
mother.
Okay. Don't know what happened before.
Can you hear Romeo, Bill? And Bill, can you?
Yes, I can hear Romeo, yes.
I can hear him. I can hear him.
Okay.
Go
So-
Caliban, you're our inquisitor.
Sorry.
Well, no, Bill had already asked the question, so okay. So she looks at you. Roll an intimidation check.
Ooh, I'm
mean-
good at those.
I think
Bill.
it's
Bill
either both of you, or Bill with advantage. He made a threat.
I love how me and Miri are like.
So, Dre, we had this conversation about
I literally like who's
charisma versus strength.
Yeah, you're flexing your muscles, doing basically intimidating her with your brute force.
It's only an 11.
Can
Okay.
I roll a separate one?
Yeah, sure.
You're way scarier than me.
Balls. 17.
Okay. Okay. She goes, "What do you want?"
That is an excellent question.
Sort of her eyes darting around, looking for someone to know what they're doing.
We want
amongst
to
you.
know. We want to know why the 10 Towns is responsible for your sister's death.
The hunters of Lonelywood killed her. They killed my Vernus.
Was she prancing about as an animal in their field of view?
No.
Because that seems like that just seems like asking for trouble. What happened?
These people think they can have the forest and the wild places of the world. We were here first. The Frost Maiden will take care of them. The cold will get them all.
What do you think happens to these trees and to the wild world without sunlight?
They'll be fine. Nature will come back. Nature can persist.
Do you know why 10 Towns is in everlasting darkness?
The Frost Maiden, the goddess of winter's wrath. Hallowed be her power to preserve all that is natural and beautiful. She is casting the spell.
Does
Who
she give
awakened
you?
her?
Sorry.
Who awakened her?
No one awakened her. She's a goddess. She decided to preserve this world against those that would harm it.
Does she give you orders directly?
I feel like sometimes she whispers to me in the wind. I hear her.
Three people within 10 towns have been killed by weapons similar to your frozen sickle. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't go into town.
Do I believe her?
I'll roll an insight check.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. 18.
She doesn't seem to know specifically the people you talked about. Like she doesn't know she doesn't ring the bell basically in terms of the people that were killed.
I step in and ask. You said that the people of the town killed your sister. What exactly happened?
I don't
How
know.
did your sister actually die?
I don't know. I found her body. I just know I could tell that the arrows were from the people of Lonelywood, the hunters. They have distinctive marking. Her body was pierced.
Okay, I say to her, as someone who's been framed for shit before, have you considered the possibility you were set up in order to be manipulated?
By whom?
The Frost Maiden.
She doesn't work by arrows. She's a goddess. If she wanted to take my sister, she would have been killed by yetis or taken by the cold or...
Unless she took your sister in order to manipulate you into gaining your allegiance.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
That is an 11 and a 12 on the dice, so the 17 is the lower one.
She looks at you with contempt and stops kind of speaking for a minute.
What happened? What?
Some of these animals have been abducting children from the villages, not of the towns, but of the people of the snow. Do you know anything about that?
She sort of looks sheepish. I gave them orders to avenge themselves of the wrongs that people have done on them.
Oh yeah, children, notoriously anti-nature.
I think
Notoriously evil beings.
I think you'll find that the hunters took her children first.
Whose children?
The animals.
Mother Nature's children.
So,
Could any of these children still be alive somewhere, or is it too late for them?
I doubt it. If you're talking about the reindeer, she was very distraught over the loss of her herd. She was the last one.
What can you tell us
So
about
it's okay to take children. Sorry, I'll shut up.
What can you tell us about the mirror in this tomb?
It is a magical mirror. It allows you to see things far away, people or locations. Okay, so for purposes of the game,
It's a scrying window.
It's a scrying device, which allows you to cast a scrying spell, which means you can concentrate on a creature that you know of, or a location you've been to before, and you might be able to see it and see what it's doing.
Is there a trigger word or moonlight pattern? or-
Moonlight has to shine on the full moon on the circle outside, and you have to spend some time to make the magics of the mirror yours.
Attunement.
Yeah.
Okay.
one last question from me. What do you know of the elven creature in one of the tombs?
They died a long time ago. I just used this place because of the magics. The statues keep away anyone from finding this, unless an animal leads you here. And I can always ask an animal to lead me here.
I still don't understand, Ravisin, what happened to your sister.
I'm not
Why
sure
she was
exactly.
here, or why she was actually here. What was her purpose for being in this desolate place?
We are the children of a long line of people that lived in the wild. We seek to preserve nature and know that it's beautiful. but civilization keeps coming and cropping in. People from faraway lands come here and inhabit it and say they're the natives after generations, but they're not. They don't respect this place. We are here to preserve it and protect it.
To make it great again, if you will.
Who was she? Who were her people? Who were the people closer to her? Because you weren't with her when she died.
We've
She
been
must have
living.
had
We've been
some
living
connection to
alone.
them.
We've been living alone in this forest for quite a while. There's not many of us left.
By now, I'm assuming that no one's pinged me, so I can just come into the room. We don't want Moonbeam on anything. So that's fine. So I'm going to come into the room.
Just not now.
At this point, I'm like, I am old druid. I like beer. That's why I come to town. Otherwise, I would live similar. This is what druids do.
What time of day is it?
Would it been?
'Cause
Well,
it's
it's
getting
only
quite late, right?
it's only been like an hour or two. Like the fight and everything happened really quickly. You know, so like
Okay. Yeah.
it's probably like still 1 p.m., 2 p.m., something like that.
Okay, so where the few people that you're still allied with up in this forest? Like, I'm not sure what I have to ask, but
We are
there
the only
must be
ones
some
here.
connection to someone there. Surely.
We're the only ones left in this forest.
She
There's
was-
others like
she and her
us.
sister were on their own,
Yep.
completely isolated, with
Yes.
no.
This is how most druids live.
Damn.
Well, that would be so, like, they just do their thing. They wander nature. They
And there are tribes who live in the wastes,
Yeah.
who come through occasionally for trade, and
Yeah.
There's a few others like us in the other forests around here and in the faraway places, but Lonelywood is our domain. We protect it in the name of the Frost Maiden, or did.
so look, I understand your anger, but if we're going to let you live, we have to come to some sort of terms about not attacking the towns anymore.
What about
We-
my vengeance?
I would like you to think of the people, for say the moose killed. How many of them are now swearing vengeance on you?
They don't know it was me.
I'm just looking at me like, but don't worry, we'll make sure it's you. They know. Like,
What if I were to promise to look into those responsible for your sister's death?
What is your word worth?
Everything.
Roll a persuasion check.
I would like to add a comment. It's weight in gold.
I'm gonna-
verbally written, not what the paper was written on, right?
Natural 18, 24.
You will let
Look,
me live? If I promise to leave this forest and not come back?
Why would you?
I
make
don't
such
even
a
think you
promise
have to-
When you, why
I don't
would you
even-
make such a promise when this is part of your everything? You've said you were willing to murder everyone in Brinchander and all of the other villages. Why would you just simply leave? Like that? That's what I don't understand. Why would you leave?
There's too
Like-
many of them. They keep coming into the forest. They keep cutting trees down. I don't think I can keep them away forever. This man, your friend, promised that he would look into the people that murdered for my sister in exchange for my life.
Come with us. Work with us.
It's not my kind of thing.
And I don't know if I trust her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, intellect check on if we do let her live, the chances of her keeping her word is
How
quite
about-
drastically.
Roll an insight
Doing-
check.
How about this? We know where your hideout is. We know how you're
18.
operating. we will let you live as long as you stop attacking the towns. We will know if you don't. And we'll meet you back here in 1 moon and tell you what we found out. If you want
18
to
on
leave,
insight.
that's fine. If you want to stay here, we'll give you an update.
So to Ben's thing, you can tell that she's weighing her options. She doesn't want to die. She doesn't really want to leave either, but she's thinking about how can I get out of this, and like, what?
But is this, live to fight another day, or is this like genuinely looking introspectively at her?
It's more thinking in the moment of like, I
Yeah.
want to get out of here. I don't want to die. What do I say to these people to get out of this?
Yeah.
Now, in terms of Bill, what he just said to her, you can see her pondering it for a minute, and she goes,
Can I?
"Sorry, go on."
No, answer. You can go ahead and answer.
She lets out a deep sigh and says, "I would like to stay. This is my home. You promise you'll come back and fight and tell me who killed my sister, who it was, and why they did it."
I would ask of you a promise from you as well before we commit to that.
Yeah, what's your word worth?
If you tell us exactly how to use that mirror so that we can find you, if you break your word.
Very well.
You will show us, and you will show us before we promise anything.
Very well.
I mean, I think we already know how to use.
That's,
Do we not?
I think we do.
and do you want to do it for her
Are we
to do it
sure?
now?
It's good to make sure that it works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
But she doesn't cast the moonbeam. I'll cast the moonbeam.
So she points and sends Rover to cast the moonbeam outside and leads you, Zaxa, to the mirror and sort of looks at you. You guys are leading her still bound, or are you letting her?
Yeah. No. I'm leading her still bound for the moment.
So
And
she-
I tell whoever's got a hold of her that she is to face towards us and away from the mirror as she does this. Can she do that?
Yep, okay.
She's not to be looking at the mirror as
Cool.
she does it.
So you lead her backwards, and the mirror is glowing again with the energy because Rover's casting Moonbeam over the correct symbol. And Ravisin looks at you kind of sideways. You kind of here to her, yeah? Sort of like here, so she can kind of look back. And she says, touch the mirror and concentrate hard. It will take about an hour, but you will be able to submit the mirror to your will. Do you
I'll
want to do
remind
that?
the DM that it only lasts.
I'm sorry, who were you talking to? I don't know.
To you, Zaxa. She's talking to
Oh,
you.
you were talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, then yes.
Um,
I touched the mirror.
Okay. So like you'll have to cast it when she's attuned to it.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, that's fine.
So
So,
it's
I
the
don't
other-
need to be that.
No,
Yeah.
it's the other way around. So you guys can all take a short rest, by the way. So if you want to do that on your thing.
At this point, I'd also remind the party. I only need hour. I don't need to sleep full rest to get back wild shape. I just need quick kick.
Cool.
Where's the
I-
short rest?
So at the top
Sorry.
of your character sheet, there is a little button that says short rest,
there
long
is,
rest.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks. My bad.
Okay. So
Turn to. Sorry.
sorry, Zaxa, you put your hand on the mirror and you concentrate hard, and your mind drifts, and you get sort of this sense of there's sort of this elvish energy about it that you get almost like a memory of the people that built this place, as sort of the magical energy of the mirror and your own mind sort of connect. And it takes you about an hour before you suddenly get a feeling that you know exactly what to do and you are able to access the mirror's power. At which point you turn to Rover and tell him that if he can cast the spell now, you'd be able to use its power.
Okay, I turn to Robo and I relay
Do you want
that.
me to do or not?
I tell you that I tell you that you can go ahead and cast.
Do we want to look? Okay. Yeah, sure. Easy.
So you cast Moonbeam on the symbol, the mirror glows with its energy, and you, Zexa, you can suddenly feel like your mind is reaching out and it can go anywhere you want, to any place or any person you've known before. Do you want to cast the Scrying Spell? And if so, on who or what?
I am able to find the location of any person or object, is that right?
No, person.
That you have seen before.
Yeah. Or a person you're familiar with in some way. So if you haven't seen them before, you need to know some details about them to try and do it, but it's more difficult. If it's someone you've met before or you know well, it's easier for the spell to work. And if it's a location you've been to before, it's much easier for the spell to work. It's got a failure rate. You have to roll a d20 and see if you're able to make it work. Okay? So I'm going to have a look now.
So you say what you're looking for, and then Dre decides what the critical, what the failure rate is. So what are we testing it on?
I will.
I have something in mind, but I
will ask.
don't need it.
You don't need it?
If we're just testing it, I have something in mind, but if someone else has something they want to do, then by all means.
I ask it to show me the location of McCann, the cleric that was the person we met in Bryn Shanda, who I didn't really trust from the offset and used her spells on us to get us to tell us the truth. I want to know where she is.
Okay.
And what she's doing.
So you've met them, but you don't know them well.
True.
So I'm going to roll a dice and see if she's able to resist. Nope, she has failed her save. So you suddenly see a picture of, like, it drifts to your mind. You can see through the mirror. No one else around you can, but in the mirror, instead of your own reflection, you see a small temple, the inside of a small temple, and you see Mishan and what looks like a teddy bear talking. Upon closer inspection, what looked like a teddy bear is actually, let me double check I've got this correctly. Is actually a gnome in a fuzzy suit and hood that is so furry that it makes him look like a walking little teddy bear. And they're arguing about...
He's an Ewok? You got an Ewok?
Thank you. I'm glad I wasn't the only one whose mind went there.
Instantly.
And Mishan is asking him, have you cleaned the altar, Copper? And she's like, yes, of course I have. I told you I have. It doesn't look clean to me.
Can she tell if this is like a real conversation or if this is role play of some kind?
She can try to roll an insight check if she wants.
I mean,
It sounds like a porno.
You see them talking and bickering. You can tell that he's subservient to her in some manner.
Yeah, he is.
She is the boss.
Okay, all right, fine.
But you don't find out anything particularly interesting. They're talking about, cleaning up and sort of making the place nice and stuff. And then after about 10 minutes of that, or if you want to break it sooner, your mind drifts back and you see your reflection again.
And I quickly turn to the others and I go, it works.
Is this one use only?
No, you can cast it. Yeah, I think you can cast as much as you want. It's basically a crystal ball.
Right.
In terms of function. Okay?
And I would have to attune to it if I wanted to.
Yes, only one creature can be attuned to it at any one time. But
Okay,
anyone that's attuned to it can use it to cast the Scrying Spell.
Okay, I won't do that now, but
whilst the moonbeam is shining over the thing.
Right.
So you can cast Scrying, which lasts 10 minutes, but you can only cast it in the 1 minute the moonbeam lasts.
Yeah.
So
or as many times as I can cast it.
Correct.
Okay.
It's easier for us to get in and out of town than it is for you. So we will take this on. See what we can find out about your sister. and bring you back information if you will cease hostilities with the townspeople. In the meantime, is there anything we can do to help you with your isolated life here?
I'm fine. I have my bush. I eat the berries there. I commune with nature. I don't need anything from the outside world.
I ask her.
Little bush. Sorry. Is it little bush? Would you rather live with her or come with us?
And the little bush. I don't know if it's got eyes, but you can see like it like if it had. Does it have eyes? Let me double check. Well, let's say it does have eyes. You can see it kind of looking back like with fear at Ravisin and looking at you guys and like kind of going, "No, it's fine. I'll stay here. Sure."
Inside. Only 14.
He's terrified of Ravisin, but he's kind of terrified in general. He's coming to grips with the fact that now he's as intelligent as an average human being, but he.
No, we lost your audio.
Lost your
I
audio.
lost you, mate. No sound.
Batteries.
Yeah. I love how you said that. As he said it, we could see him mouth it. Akeem, I can't hear you either now.
Well, that was just because I was miming.
You were messing with us. I knew you were messing with us again.
I thought you might. I thought you might be, but I was like, you looked like you were saying something
Can you hear
so
me?
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what you quoted that, but basically, what was I saying?
He's terrified of Ravisin. That's as far as we got.
All right, so he's terrified of her, but it's a bush that now is as intelligent as an average human being. He's very confused about this.
How does Ravisin looking, by the way, like in terms of her injuries?
She's very bad at it. You guys had her down. You only healed her 1 hit point, right?
Yeah.
I will heal her the other 14 that I can.
She looks at you surprised and sort of begrudgingly kind of mumbles something that sounds like "thank you."
I think, you know what, just as a gesture of goodwill, I'm also going to use my last spell slot to cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Okay. Roll to heal.
I was going to say, like, as I see him doing this, I would actually kind of reach to stop him and be like, just give her some berries.
All right.
I think she has more damage done to her than just your berries can fix.
By the way, you can see that her lips and teeth are basically stained blue from eating the berries from that small bush. Like it's kind of like permanent now.
I kind of as Caliban says this, I open up my bag and you can still see a good like 24 berries.
I said I cast it, so I cast it. She
right.
heals 8.
She can heal herself too.
Yeah.
Where are we moving on from here?
It's about the gesture.
I want to talk to her and say one more thing.
Okay.
Before we part ways. I say to her, you know that this will be difficult for us, that it will be hard for us to find the information we need to rectify this wrong. So I ask you if you know of any magical person, wizard or otherwise, who we can speak to that might be able to help us in this area, I guess, in this place.
She has a think, and she says, some of the loggers I was spying on said that there's a bunch of wizards that have come from Luskan. They're looking for something. I don't know where all of them are, but they said something about them passing through East Haven.
I do need to go there at some point.
Were there any distinguishing marks on the arrows that we could use to find which hunters were involved? Were there flights? Does she have any of that kind of detail?
They just look like the ones from Lonelywood. They tend to have a distinctive black fletching. They make them from crow's feathers.
And how long ago did this happen? Sorry.
A month ago.
A month. All right.
Would I know? Would I know where Luskin is?
Yes,
Would I
you've
know
been there
what
before.
Luskin-
And
Okay.
you'd know that if there was some powerful mages coming from there, there's a possibility they might have been part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Okay.
That's as far as, because those are really the only big mages that are there. There's like an organization there called the
Okay.
At the risk of incurring her wrath, can I examine her sister's body?
do you
Can
want
you
to?
wait
Do you want to
till
like?
after?
You guys are by the mirror now. Do you want to take her there and show her that you're doing it, or do you?
No, never mind. I will do that later.
We already did that.
Yeah.
You might have been frozen, but
Oh.
Zuka and I,
We did.
Zuka opened the sarcophagus. We looked, in fact, took some things from the body.
I
And then-
wanted
And
I wanted to see if I could figure out if the arrows looked like they punched in like they were fired or if they were stuck in by someone with their hand after the fact.
You
I can tell you there were no arrows in her.
You can ask.
If
I
the
can
arrows
tell
are
you that.
post-mortem, yeah, post-mortem.
Well, I can tell you, like, from what was
So-
described, it was completely decomposed. You couldn't
Okay,
discern
fair enough.
anything really other than the.
and Rover wanted to take her hand. Just saying, that was gross, but it was an idea.
Oh, can she tell us anything about the sarcophagus on the hill and the markings on the crystal pillars and the brazier? That looks intriguing.
I haven't opened that one. I believe you have to make the offering into the brazier to open it. So if you wish to look inside.
Does she have any history on what it might be? Why would you make a sarcophagus with a magical?
I believe this is a tomb that holds, well, it held 3 different people, but the sarcophagus on the berm is, one second. I believe it holds an elvish princess, but I don't know much more about that. It's hundreds of years old.
So, so I say to the others, we still have unanswered questions here. We still have riddles that we haven't actually answered. 7 questions is not something we've been limited to today.
Sorry, the 7 questions thing, that was on the top moon that just activates scrying.
It's okay. It's a
Was it not?
it's poetic language. It just
Yeah.
describes the
That's
fact
what I'm trying
that
to say.
It just
That's what I'm
describes.
trying to say.
Sure, Mary. It's just describing the fact that you can use it to cast scrying. You can actually cast it probably as much as we want. To be honest, it doesn't say there's a limit. So the 7th
No,
thing
I
is just for
mean-
flavor.
I thought that it could be something else.
Yeah, I was under that impression too.
Yeah.
No,
so the thing is that
that's it to me
inscription-
that it could actually indicate something else. I wouldn't want to assume.
Sorry.
Yeah, because that was around the one which turns on the scrying mirror. That was it. That's all that does. As far as I'm aware.
I mean, it might be all it
Sure,
does, but I was operating on the basis that it might not be.
Okay.
So
You guys.
I was thinking way too much into it because I was like, ooh, man, 7 questions.
I know. I was
It's gonna
thinking
be questions.
wicked.
But the real answer is like, nah.
I'm just going by the book as written. If you want me to make it so that it does have an extra thing, I can make up.
That makes sense, but
I just think it's interesting to have something like that. Some magical
Sometimes
tool
sometimes
like
it's best. Sometimes it's best to keep it simple, stupid.
that. Well, sometimes it's possibly best not to assume that there would be any need for a mirror in a place where dead people sleep. So, I think that there's often possibly things that they could be instead of just what they are.
All right. You guys haven't, by the way, opened the other sarcophagus.
Yeah,
in the
that's what
other
I was.
oh yeah, those
Yeah,
things.
that's what I was kind of going to go and do. Is go and look at that and see if there's a bony hand we can burn.
All right.
I was
So-
just going to say it's for me it's getting a little on the late side because there's things I love y'all. Things I gotta do. So
Yeah. I was actually going to do this and wrap up because then we're at 5 o'clock.
yeah.
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 Yeah? We stop at 5, like 2 to 5, yeah? It's good?
Yep. That's good.
So peek in the other sarcophagus then?
You open this one up, boom. And inside is an elf in tattered robes. The rush of air disturbs the cadaver's robes, which is mostly crumbled to dust. And it's basically opening it to fresh air makes it kind of almost drift like it was ash.
Yeah.
Inside you find an unstrung bow, 6 silvered arrowheads, and a wooden cup with a wingfish etched on the side.
Keep those arrows. Those will be useful.
Unstrung bow, 6 arrows, and a...
Wooden cup.
With a wingfish etched on the side.
I will look at those next time.
And you have a cadaver.
I,
Take out my hand axe and chop off the hand.
Okay.
with everyone else's permission, I will untie Ravisin.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah,
We made a deal.
I'm good with it.
And as I'm untying her, I say, "Must get lonely out here all by yourself."
I like it this way. And she kind of goes off and returns to her room to kind of tend to the rest of her wounds.
I mouth to the others, "Worth a shot."
Do you guys want to try to go to the brazier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you all go there. What do you do?
maybe there's a feather left from her owl transformation. We can
I put the hand in, and then I wait for everyone else to put whatever they've got. Like, you know, someone else probably grabs a
We have the
twig.
pine cone, the feather. We had the other stuff already, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We
I
need to
clap
light it.
Hakeem on the back and I say, "Light it up, Twinkle Toes."
Twinkle Toes.
I turn around
Twinkle finger.
to Caliban and go, "Twinkle Toes?" I mean, is that a compliment? Anywho.
Trust me, Goliath's name is always a nickname. We don't want to be called Tinkletoe.
All right, whatever it be. And then I concentrate a little bit by holding out my hand while channeling a little bit of my ancestry. And then from my hands, I start to ignite a flame as I go towards the brazier.
As soon as you do this, Hakeem, the flame catches all of the items, almost like the fire's extra magic. Like it just kind of, they burn almost immediately and easily. And the brazier fills with a fire that gives out the heat that is equivalent of a campfire. And yeah, just kind of whoosh, and it's lit.
I turn around, look at Caliban, and go, "Twinkle Toes."
Have you ever seen those videos of people doing competitive barbecue lighting?
No.
Oh,
So there's people that try to light the barbecue in the shortest amount of time possible. The winner is someone that used liquid hydrogen and lit it in 0.3 seconds or something like that. This is what it looked like. You know, he put a flame next to it and it just went whoosh.
So does the sarcophagus open by itself, or can we open it now?
Well, you can go have a look.
Yeah. Maybe we can leave that as a cliffhanger.
I've got a cliffhanger. So
Okay.
you guys gather around the sarcophagus and you push the lid open. It can be finally moved, but it's really heavy. But it just pushes off and boom. And as soon as you open it, you see inside an elf mummy. And it just kind of raises itself straight up, looks at you guys and says, "What would you like me to do?"
Nope. Nope.
And we're going to end here tonight's episode.
Oh, shit.
Hey guys, that was fun.
It's not creepy at all. Oh, shit.
All right. Well, thanks for everyone that's
very
watching.
helpful mummy.
I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm going to stop the stream now. Do tune in next week for more shenanigans as we see where everybody's going to.
See what
Bye-bye.
happens.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.